time, the party, at least the A-team, if you will, as they've been self-referring to themselves, or other people have been self-referring to them as, made their way back from Barovia with Strahd in tow. And basically all the efforts of last time, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. We brought him here. He doesn't look good. He's in a lot of pain. He's crying. He's like vomiting up black tar, goo. Feathers are bursting out of a wound in his chest.
Yeah, that's the most confusing piece of information to give us.
And they brought it outside, and it started to like off-gas into the air, and they said, oh no, maybe we're worse, don't do that. Let's pour holy water on it, and it starts to melt, and then cover it up in a bucket. But
just like a normal bucket, we could have used a better bucket.
Yeah, that's true. You guys didn't know about this Mr. Bucket.
We don't know about Mr. Buckets.
Then they went to...
Clyde doesn't either.
I don't know about
No, Clyde wasn't there for that.
No.
Clyde was too busy. Clyde was only there to give her blood to somebody else. Blackboard.
Oh. That's right.
But anyway, they... what else did you guys do? So you went back and like he started... There was a more kind of violent convulsions, and he sort of spit up a little bit of like this black tendril kind of coming down his mouth, and you can grab it and it stuck to you. And then through a series of efforts, both Neville and Rick started just ripping out this thick tar tendril from his mouth that started off about the thickness of a charge cord and ended up about the thickness of about this big around, a wine bottle around, just ripping out this tar liquid out of his chest. And then they got it to the end, and there were tendrils stuck to his ribs, and they're pulling, it's heaving his chest.
Nice, right? It was gruesome.
It was visceral.
Yeah.
It was.
That's apparently what happens when I drink. I just get very descriptive and gross. As opposed to giving out a bunch of magic items like everybody else.
Just mean instead.
So they managed to excise this entire mass of dark energy from Strahd's chest, at which point it animated and attacked them. It was a pretty rough fight for the four of them, considering they hadn't rested from when they'd gotten back from their last fight in Barovia.
I started it with 15 health.
And it ended it with 15 health, I think.
Yup.
Actually, I ended it with more.
I thought it was 18.
Oh no, I ended with 35.
Hey, you got healed.
Healing.
So they had just finished fighting the hags in Barovia and came back and then got into this fight. The B team is left in Faerun, off dealing with their efforts to try and recruit a minstrel who maybe penned a rhyme. And that's pretty much where we ended at the end of last game, except Rick used the evasion granted to him by the Dark Powers by Vond the Evasive.
He was evasive.
Which gave him a little bit of bonus to gave him evasion. And then he finally used that ability, failed his charisma check, charisma saving throw. At which point, his physical features changed, which I will remind everybody what that was.
I totally forgot about that.
Yep, he looks different, vastly different. So
What does he look like?
that might change your he just wants to be left alone, leave him alone thing.
Well, he's probably going to leave him alone right now anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we knew Rick
Oh no,
something was up
it
with
wasn't
Rick.
that he wants to be left alone. It was he can go fuck himself until he dies. Time to move on.
Yeah, he is ethereal and clouded in shadow, and his eyes glow yellow. So that happened.
With his helmet on that makes his eyes glow red, do his eyes then glow orange?
Sure.
I was gonna say, do they look like Sith eyes? So they're yellow and red.
Oh, there you go.
All good
So anyway,
options.
that happened.
It depends on the day.
But it
Depends on
also
everybody's
gave him
feeling.
a +3 dexterity. So that was a good benefit for Rick. But he also received a flaw, which he has been role-playing for that last little bit, and it's not a fun one. Drunk Jake was very upset.
I was upset.
Yeah.
I'm still upset.
He's still upset, but he was very upset in the moment. Everybody was upset in the moment.
Yeah.
I was only a little upset.
Of course.
But we're going to start pretty much right where we left off, having defeated the mass of whatever it was from Strahd's chest. And I did, since we are live and we're on the stream, I wanted to offer one thing, because Rick technically, this says 2, it actually should be 1, and I keep forgetting to change it. Rick technically has a charge. So, it's a little metagamey backtrack-y.
Nah,
But
roll with it.
I will let you... There's no guarantee you're going to pass it anyway. You failed it spectacularly last time with a +5. So I will offer from as the light of the sun comes up in the next morning from the morning lord.
Okay.
From Neville being around and a little bit of suffering here in the temple of and the spire of Ilmater. If you want to use your final charge to attempt to, I mean, it's not gone. It's still here.
Right.
But to stave it off for a little while, I will let you use that charge to try and make your charisma saving throw one last time. It is whatever your charisma saving throw is. We'll say Neville is around, so it is +5.
Okay.
DC, I'm telling you, is 10.
Is there a way to like cure him?
You don't know. You don't even know what it is.
No, I'm asking for like Celine.
Well, I'm not going to tell Celine.
I'm curious.
Because
Celine is really great at separating character from Celine. We've learned that. So
if he tells Celine, Jake might hear.
Oh,
That's
shit.
true too. Well, I got a solid +5 on my charisma then. If I go for the roll.
So I'm fully giving you. I mean, the chances of you encountering a dexterity saving throw ever again is pretty likely.
It's pretty likely. Yeah.
So it may not
be permanent.
But I'm giving you the opportunity to give this a shot to spend your final charge because we were too drunk to think about it.
We were very drunk.
I thought about it. Well, I thought that I had a charge, and I was like, "Can I give him my charge?" But I was drunk, so I just thought.
I will give you, I'm giving you that opportunity now to roll said charge and see if you can defeat it through the grace of both the Morning Lord and Ilmater's
and sober Ted.
and sober me. Actually, I mean, whatever it is, what it is. I'm giving you this opportunity. So one shot, take it or leave it.
What do you guys think?
I am not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. I say roll the fucking bones.
Oh, why not? It's just a charge. Like,
I think that's the most fair way to do it.
Yeah, it's the most Jake.
All right, here we go.
5.
+5.
+5. Say Neville's around for it.
Yeah, so that's exactly 10.
That's exactly 10.
You couldn't. So I'm gonna say that maybe that was a weird fever dream in the haze of the Strahd stuff being exposed to sunlight and or holy water.
So like they almost saw like a flash of.
Yeah, we'll say you saw that, and you maybe had moments of Vaughn's impressing upon you.
But when I left the room and went outside,
things changed.
That mist and etherealness dissipated, and I became almost myself again.
Yeah, you still feel the power granted to you, the evasion granted to you from his abilities, but you are not currently failed your first corruption save.
Good. Not currently.
So that is a success. So I will, without giving you too much of a peek behind the curtain of everything else, it's a 3-time thing. Okay.
Like a death save.
Sort of like a death save. But it is like a death save in that there's 3 successes or 3 failures. However, when you fail on this one, it's progressively worse.
Yes.
So if you succeed 2 more times, then you just keep evasion and your current flaw and nothing else.
Good.
So.
Good.
We'll set the stage with that.
All right.
So, that has a soul save. What a great idea. We'll call it that. That's better.
Where are you?
Clyde.
Yeah.
You know how when we were in Barovia we learned that Strahd became immortal from making that deal with the Dark Power?
Yeah.
And because of that, we had to pull that giant, goo monster out of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't Rick make a deal with one of the Dark Powers?
Yeah.
So are we gonna have to pull a big slimy thingy out of him too? I think it's probably not. We're probably fine.
It'll be
It's a different power. It was a different guy.
Yeah. Right side, he won't turn into a vampire. We think.
We don't know.
But I think only the one did.
Well, we'll just shine sunlight in his eyes every now and then and see how he likes it.
Oh, I can do that.
No. That would hurt a lot and blind him. I just mean take him outside once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have him get the mail or something, you know.
Next time we go in a room with him, grab a piece of metal or something and lead the light to him and see what happens.
I'm probably not gonna do that. Yeah.
No.
No, probably not.
I'll do
Quick
it.
audio check from
I'm
everybody.
much more.
You sound good. Too high, too low. Just
Yeah, you're
Peeking
the musk
like-
over at Clyde's round.
Also, quick, goodbye. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye!
Goodbye. See
Goodbye.
you all next week.
I have to
Happy
talk to you. I have to
gaming.
order you your cup.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
You told me if there was a color. I forget what color you wanted.
Wasn't there like?
Weren't you going for lime green?
I have to see.
Wasn't,
I have
but
to.
now
s-
that makes sense.
I have to see if that's an option. But if it is, I'll get you
We'll,
a
we'll
cup.
talk. We'll talk.
In theory, you
Bye,
can get a
guys.
different colored chair if you don't want Pat's blue one.
Um,
We'll talk. We'll
we'll
talk.
talk.
All right.
I don't. Did he write on it?
Yeah, he tagged it.
Oh
'cause
my
he's
god! Of
Pat.
course he did.
You can get that off the Romeo alcohol. Unless
Big
you're
little-
watching. Just kidding.
He doesn't have a computer.
All
That's
right.
what we learned.
Happy gaming, everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, Dan.
Until next week.
You got it.
So cool. At this point,
So you guys
Oz
just
is gonna.
dismissed this as a problem.
What?
But you guys just dismissed this whole thing with Rick as a problem. You're like, he'll be fine.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's,
I mean,
it's literally
I don't-
every other time he's been fine. Like up until now, this is
Yeah,
this
like
is kind of
during-
how it works.
He seems to be getting progressively more.
Yeah, but I'm
Right?
getting progressively more done with his shit, so it doesn't really bother me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's one way to look at it.
yeah.
Okay.
So, Neville, can you do me a big old favor?
Yeah.
I've read in various manuscripts that paladins can do a thing where, like, you can tell if something's undead or something.
I can do that.
Ooh.
Can you give me one of those and check up on little Strahd boy?
Isn't there a spell like detect good and evil?
Yeah, but he could just do
I
it.
No, I know.
sense
You
it
just do it.
using my paladin ability.
Yeah, but
Divine.
maybe he's evil,
My
but not
divine
undead.
sense, in
Yeah.
fact.
We're gonna get a new poster of Dana's character to
Yep.
replace Pat's poster here.
I guess someone got the reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, 69,
I'm gonna
420.
take a long rest.
Speaking of unrelated, real quick, did you see that thing with Elon Musk about that? Did
No.
you see that?
Yeah.
Wait, did he also get a wanted poster for $69,000
there's
and
a
$420?
new company, I guess, coming out with like another electric car that's like a direct competitor.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And I guess the Tesla Series X or whatever, like the standard base model is like 77,000, and this new one was gonna come in at like 70,000.
Mm-hmm.
So to undercut him, he undercut the price of the Tesla Model X to 69,420. So,
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
That's just a.
Apparently he's done
right in
that
his
a
face.
bunch with like he had a special model series of like shorts, Tesla shorts made that were $69.42.
All right.
Apparently that's like a thing he likes to do. Like he talked about setting the Tesla stock at 420 just to do it. He got in a lot of trouble for that because the stock spiked immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the Better Business Bureau was like, you can't do that. And he's like, worth it.
Borderline.
Anyway, so Neville was going to do a thing.
Yep.
So he was doing divine sense to see if Strahd was undead.
Yes.
Is what I gather. So the sense goes out, looking around to see Strahd's situation, and it's weird because it kind of flickers. It's like undead but not. Like it's keeps going back and forth. So it's not decisive.
I'll tell ya, it's not like anything I've ever sensed before. It's
Huh?
it's in and out.
Where do you keep your ties?
Oh, upstairs in the room where Bruce is.
Oh crap.
So go text Claire.
Oh.
Different in and out. He's kind of in between.
All right,
I don't
Oh.
Clyde, how's your magic holding up? You got spells you do?
Your magical amount. I got some spells.
Spells I can do for
Yeah, I don't know
what?
where you guys are at as far as what you've tapped because you've done 2 fights.
Yeah.
In less than a long rest.
I am.
Wait, did we not
just
take a long rest?
No.
No.
Isn't this the next morning?
No.
No,
This
we
is
don't.
directly.
That was me flavoring it. No,
Yeah.
so it's the same. Oh, you long rested, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I think I used all of my high level spells. I think I still had a few 5th level and under
Okay.
left.
Well, what I was
And my
gonna
health
say-
was down at like 30 something.
Okay, can you just like pop a quick cure wounds on him? See if anything happens.
I can lay on hands.
I wanted to save that.
I can also like rest. I have a
Because I know that also
restoration of
has.
some kind.
Okay, but like. that
Yeah,
one
I'll do
first.
this one first. It doesn't cost me a spell slot to do. So.
She got a stick
Okay.
that she could do it through.
Yeah. I mean, I got most of it left.
8 points.
All right.
Thank
Does
you.
The divine sense sticks around, or is it just like a
That's
pulse? Okay.
Oh, but how many times can you do it?
6 times.
6 times.
Can you give me another one? See if that did anything.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
You didn't do anything.
That's the same as it was before. He looks
It
a
really
little
hasn't
bit.
helped.
He,
He looks a little
I mean,
better.
you know, you
I
guys
think
would.
it's more
I guess
like
you guys
flushed.
don't know, but you would. I guess you can figure it out because it's not the way it is in 5th edition. Undead can get healed. Like that's not a thing. You can heal an undead with cure wounds.
Oh yeah, but it just like he was hurt. So
Yeah, no,
like,
it's fine.
oh.
You have any ideas? Okay, can I make an Arcana check to see if I have ever heard of anything like this
I can
happening?
try.
Never cast
Greater
Cure Wounds.
Restoration?
Or, I'm sorry, remove curse.
You can make.
If it's a curse.
Hang on.
Remove curse.
Okay, hang on. You guys entertain the internet. Dana's trying to get a tie because apparently her boyfriend has no ties and is going for a job interview.
He doesn't have any ties.
He doesn't have any time.
Honestly,
I have ties.
you know what the
Like-
best investment I ever had? Because I suck at tying ties, and I can do it after like 6 or 7 attempts, and it looks okay. I just got one that clips in the back. It's not like a tight one. It clips up in the back, and you can. It's 100% worth it. You just buy a
Bow
nice.
ties are like that.
Yeah, you just buy a slightly more expensive version of a clip-on tie.
Cool.
Or you just like learn how to tie a tie. It's
Yes.
Life
kind
hacks
of, it's
with
kind
Jake.
of easy.
Yeah, but why?
Because I don't know. Why do you learn to tie your shoes when you can get Velcro shoes? Like, I don't know. It's just like a thing people do.
Yeah, it just doesn't look any better. Like tying your shoes looks better than Velcro.
I agree.
And I think a real tie looks better. I don't know why I'm doing this as us.
Do you
Yeah,
really?
like-
though?
Yeah.
Can you pick out when people are wearing clip-on ties?
Not necessarily, I'll say.
And,
But you can do more fun
I like a
knots.
nice. Yeah,
Have you ever seen a Trinity knot?
I've seen them. I would never
That's
wear.
cool.
I would never wear a Trinity knot. They're
No.
cool, but I really only like slim knots.
All right.
Fair.
Live your best life, man.
Yeah,
I
with,
do,
with
yeah, I
normal
think it's
ties, I
great.
don't think it really matters. Bow ties, it kind of matters, but like depends on your aesthetic preference.
Oh no! I'm a purist. I'm a tie your own
Yeah.
bow tie kind of man.
You
It
would-
might take me
I
6
do-
tries and a half hour, but I will tie my own bow tie.
I just can't
I do
want
like the
to
tie.
be good enough at that.
Well, like I officiate weddings in my.
Yes, it's
So,
important
like-
for you to be able to do this.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's
and
not
also,
easy, though.
you I only have 3 ties.
Oh, I have like 20.
No, I've got a black
Not a
one,
lot of ties.
and I've got a blue one, and I've got a red one.
Well, I mean,
And they're all nice ties, and they're all the same tie, just different colors, and they're all clip-on ties.
And it's all
you know what? They always look good, which is important, internet, for job interviews tomorrow. If you have one, wear a tie. Yeah, wear a button-up, wear a belt.
We should get Jake Holiday to clip on tie for Christmas.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'd wear it.
sure.
Noted. I have an idea for you, and I have an idea for you.
All right.
Do you have an idea for me?
Yeah.
I wish you would.
No, actually, I do.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what did I miss?
So we cast Remove Curse
No.
on Strahd. I'll tie talk.
Doesn't nothing happen.
Tongue tied.
I was gonna
not
attempt
gonna
an
do it.
Arcana check.
Okay, to see if you've seen anything like this before.
Yes, I know.
Heard of it.
Well, I got a 15, but I don't think that's gonna be high enough.
No,
Yeah.
this is something the
Yeah.
likes of that you've never seen before.
Oh dear.
Neville, make a religion check.
Sure. To discern what?
To discern whether or not this is
sorry, that
something
made me
that a god might be able to deal with.
Well, maybe talk to Mistra.
Flint's not here.
I can't.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
Flint's
that's
not here.
that is still something that
We haven't gotten
could
them
go
yet.
get him and then do that.
We gotta wait for them to call.
Yeah.
Do we have to, or can we just like?
Well,
gonna call?
canon-wise, we
We don't have anybody
as the
that can
B
do it?
team we sent a message. It was like, hey, we're in Evrand. Can you come get? Or
Oh,
we're in
yeah,
Cavern.
that's
Can you
true,
come
that's
get
true.
us?
That's
Like
supposed to be right around.
we did it.
sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's today at some point.
Okay.
I think so. I don't remember.
Tomorrow or
No?
something.
Oh, you guys had like a week in favor. They left, and then you guys were over there doing that for a while.
Wait.
We were in.
You use
We were
too many
in-
pronouns.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that.
The A team and the B team.
So the A team and the B team left. You don't
Yeah.
know. They went the B team or the A team went to Barovia and came back.
We were there for 5 days.
Right. And I don't remember how long you guys were there for, at least 5 days, if not more, in Faerûn.
I thought it was
we did a lot
6.
of teleporting around.
That's true.
That was
Like we definitely waited we were definitely traveling for 5 days, and then I remember on that 5th day we did a message to Clyde.
That's true.
And that wasn't the day we got us. I thought it was the next day.
Right.
Okay.
So we're nearby.
Yeah.
Timeline wise. Kept it tight. Good job, everybody.
So, oh god, it's been such a long day.
Quite a day.
Really
All right.
has been.
You guys,
He looks a lot better than he did before we pulled that thing out of him.
Okay, do you think rest at this point?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't either.
Best guess, you know.
My best guess is I didn't roll religion. Let's see. 21 for religion. Is this something that a
god could fix?
a god or maybe a high level cleric?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. This is, again, nothing. No one's ever seen anything like this. You get the feeling this might be a wholly unique situation.
This might be a wholly unique situation. Not holy, but holy.
You just said the same word twice as
I
if they
know.
were different
I
words.
did because they're
Holy, not holy.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
get it.
Right. So what I'm going to say is we will take watching him, and we'll rest.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, we need a rest, gang.
Yes, we do. I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna go check in on Sorrow and Brother Drander. I was gonna ask Sorrow to keep an eye on him because she was or still is. I'm not really sure how it works, but a prophetess of Ilmater.
Oh, great. Maybe she can.
She's a little
Pray.
paladin-y now too.
Oh, cool.
You guys have that in common.
We do.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab them so we can take a rest. Do. Hey, team. Brother Drander, Sorrow.
Brother Drander, I think, was like... Oh, no, you didn't... You left him behind.
He was outside of the room, but he was around.
Yeah, he was around.
He's
yeah.
about.
Yeah, so everybody who you call arrives.
All right. So here's the situation.
I tell him the situation.
I will say, make me a perception check.
That's gonna be a 21.
Okay.
Me.
Blue.
I'm just trying to do some math in my head here.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. 21. You said. Yeah. I will say you notice, that it's noticeable enough, I guess, with your 21 perception that everyone, looks slightly like shaggier.
Oh.
I guess. Like a noticeable difference in like
Yeah.
hair growth.
Hey, hey guys.
So the general collective, yeah.
How long were we gone?
And then they'll all kind of look at each other, and the general collective is like 25 days.
What?
And they're like, yeah. They're like, sorry, we didn't. And Brother Drander's like, I didn't think the first thing you did was like, quick, come with me, make holy water. Look, we brought a vampire
no.
and a wraith with us.
I'm not faulting you for not bringing it up. I want that to be very clear. But
we were going through some things.
yeah, it was 5 days for us.
And he's like,
Okay, cool. It's good to know. We got some perspective. What happened with you? Anything of note? You guys just like keep on keeping on?
Business as usual.
Good,
No one
good.
really came by.
How's Grant and Allie?
They're good. Apparently, Wave was supposed to be here. Didn't see him.
Yeah, he does that now.
I'm Neville, by the way.
I know. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
His Brother Grander's still a little like.
Looks up.
Yeah. So we pulled a bunch of goo out of what looked to be like the body, but also like the soul of the vampire. And now he's flickering between life and death. Life and undeath, according to our friend Neville here. So we really need to take a nap. It's been a couple days. So we just want you guys to take turns watching him, and then if anything happens at all, you come get me straight away.
Oh, the goo's in a bucket.
We buried the goo bucket, didn't we?
We did?
Previously, yeah.
Yes, we have previously buried the
Yeah,
goo bucket.
as much
Oh.
of that goo, it is currently sitting in the vault in the corner. And
Right.
it is the bucket,
I forgot about
glass, and
I forgot
2
about
servings of holy water.
I forgot about it.
Yeah,
The
no,
details
the
of the
goo that you
bucket.
destroyed got destroyed.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
completely destroyed the goo out of his body.
All right. Good.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a rest. You let me know if anything changes. Rick has requested to be left alone, so do with that what you will.
He is in a mood.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been through some stuff. So, we're gonna take a nap. See you guys in the morning. Whew, 25 days, can you imagine? It's been 5. Is that how all this
That's why I'm
works?
so tired.
Why are you asking me? Was that
It's more
rhetorical?
thinking out loud. Yeah, I mean,
Well-
Did you come from Barovia? Did you come from? Where'd you come from again?
No, I came from Faerun
Faerun? Okay.
originally,
Okay.
but I don't know how time works
Across
specifically.
plane?
well, I mean, if
I
you
mean,
want
I
to,
was in Barovia for, I don't know, a while.
if we ever, do you want to go back to Faerun when this is all over?
I mean, clearly I'm part of the prophecy,
Yeah, man.
so
You got that prophecy juice
you
in
guys went and rescued me, saved my life. I'm
Here to
willing
help.
you. Trying.
I'm willing to help out whatever way I can.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that. I meant like after that. Did you want to go back to Faerun?
I'm not planning for after this at this point.
Ooh, that's real smart. I like you, Neville. You're real smart.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you know, I do my best to throw out solid advice whenever I can.
I got that vibe about you. All right,
Rest time.
this was great. I need a rest. I'll
Sleep
see you guys in the
time.
morning.
Now we
All
can
right.
rest.
Yes, now everybody gets a long rest.
Crushing it.
Neville needs a long rest.
Neville gets a long rest as well. So does Rick,
Yes.
wherever Rick is. So,
Cool.
long rest.
Next day.
Next day.
Anything happen?
No.
All right. Oz is gonna wake up and go check on Strahd.
Okay. You do. You go and you check on him, and one of the people you put in charge to watch over him is there. But they're like, that's pretty much the same.
Cool. Thank you for everything you've done. Yeah. Why don't you go take 5? I'll take over, or take as many as you want. You're good.
Okay.
You're
They-
dismissed.
They
Whatever.
They are dismissed.
Do we say that now?
No, that seems kind of rude
Nah.
to just. How about I don't know.
You
You do this.
We're
how
trying
you
to
do
figure
it.
out the hierarchy, and like we haven't been able to do anything yet, and we can't be a collective. It's just too inefficient, you know?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if everybody's throwing out reasonable ideas. I don't
Oh
see
yeah,
why.
but I just feel like they're. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I mean, do you feel the need? I mean, maybe in times of war or combat, it's important to have a distinct leadership role just to work as a team efficiently. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That is a good point, Neville.
first off,
I mean, like,
how
when I-
much time have you spent here?
Not very
Total?
much. We
I mean, I've only known him for a little bit.
Okay, so prophecy,
Prophecy.
right?
She's a prophecyr too.
yeah.
One of the
we
yeah.
are
Actually, I
Like
think,
the group I came from, we never really had a leader. We just kind of did things together.
round robin.
again, that sounds weird.
We just we're a collective, and we usually agree.
Okay, yeah, like we could try that too. Why not?
Yeah, and but I mean, honestly, it's your show here.
Yeah, I mean, this is your. I mean, no, I mean.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean? I mean, we saved you in a cave eating your own shit. That's an exaggeration. She
No,
wasn't
I
eating
was
her
gonna
own shit.
say-
She was
Okay.
eating.
I was
berries.
gonna say this is
One
your
berry a day.
world. You should do it, and then I remembered I'm also from here. So that's what's. The
I feel
whole
like a
thought.
jerk.
Yeah,
I
you're a
apologize
little
to
bit
both
of
of
a
you.
jerk.
I'm a
gonna
little
go have my morning
defensive.
coffee by myself. Bye.
That sounds right. Sorry, my team kind of
My
abandoned
chocolate
me,
cake.
and now I'm trying to hold this thing together by myself. I don't know why I'm venting to you. Let's go check on Strahd. How's Strahd?
He's about the same.
Glad's gonna tiptoe past Rick's room and
Yeah, I mean,
Rick's not in
see how
his
he's
room.
doing it. Oh, he's not there.
Uh,
So
Rick
sad.
didn't take a long rest.
oh no.
Oh no.
He doesn't need one. He's got 150.
Strahd,
was sitting
is-
next
Sounds like jealousy.
Strahd, his breathing is less labored
Okay.
than before. Still unconscious. You don't see as much of the wincing, but still currently unconscious.
I'm gonna try and talk to him.
Can I try to lay on hands?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I'll try to lay on hands 5 to see if I can remove a disease
Okay, you attempt. You're
or a
not.
poison.
Which one?
I'll do both. I'll spend 10 points.
Neither one. Nothing happens. But you do spend 10 points.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Fair.
I'm gonna sit down and be like, "Hey, Strahd, buddy, we're we're pulling for you. Pulled a bunch of weird tar stuff out of your person. So yeah, man. If you, I don't know if you're in there, but anything, we're flying by the seat of our pants, brah. So if you could give us any hint, if we should take you back to Barovia, if like what it.
I think
Oh yeah, bud.
it couldn't be worse than. I mean, honestly, him here dying would be better than Barovia.
Does he still think
We
you're
can't bring him
Tatiana?
back to Barovia.
But he wouldn't die if we brought him back to Barovia, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but then
he turns
wouldn't we
back
be trapped
into what
in
he was.
Barovia? Okay.
Then we get trapped. Oh yes, and
It
that.
would be better for him to die like this
Yeah.
than it would be for him to continue as a vampire.
Also, does he still think you're?
I'm gonna stand pretty strong on that.
I'm not gonna argue with you. on
Okay.
that, yeah.
All right. Just want to make
That's
sure.
fine.
I know you guys. I know you like him. I don't particularly.
Yeah,
Re-
that's,
that's
reasonable.
reasonable.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's very. I'm doing my best to be very.
You are being
reasonable.
very reasonable.
Okay.
I-
Being super
I-
chill, Neville.
But bringing him back to
Listen.
go be a vampire again is. I think we can all agree 100%.
Oh yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes. Now that you,
Absolutely.
I was
I'm not
just
a big
thinking
fan of
about,
Strahd either.
but you're right.
Yeah, you were thinking about him as a person.
Yeah, not
versus him as a vampire.
I
Lord
was
of
Team No Strahd for a
Barovia.
very long time.
Well,
Suspicious as hell.
I just feel like we shouldn't jump to any conclusions. That's all I'm saying.
Question: does he still think you're his lady?
No, I am definitely a male.
No, I know, but does he still think you're her? You
I
know,
don't
he was
know.
all like, Tatiana, my love.
Yeah, I understand all that, and I don't know. He's unconscious.
Well, because I was gonna say maybe you can like speak in like a girl voice and like be like, my love.
Why
come
don't you
back
just
to
sit
me,"
here,
to appeal to
pull out
his
a
human
book?
side to get him to beat whatever evil he's fighting.
Or you could just talk like yourself. I mean, apparently that would work.
Yeah, he seemed
I
to
mean
like
that
that.
too.
I mean, who wouldn't love this voice?
Just sit
Right,
there and
guys?
read to him
Yeah.
or something.
Maybe the
That's a good
Sweet
idea.
dulcet
I mean, I
tones.
just
There
talked
were
about
dinosaurs.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm gonna go check. You do that. I heard there were dinosaurs.
there are dinosaurs.
I've never seen a dinosaur.
Ooh, if you see a
It's
guy
fine.
about yay high, got a big harpoon, his name is Harrison. He is the dinosaur expert. He knows all. He can answer your questions. You want to ride one? He'll be able to help you out.
Oh, I don't know
Ooh,
about that.
Spike! We haven't seen Spike in so long.
We haven't seen. Well,
Or Little Rick.
He
I
doesn't
don't
know
really
who they are.
Which dinosaur is that one?
Clyde doesn't know either of them.
I know they.
Oz
there are
misses-
dinosaurs.
This is the moment Oz realizes he misses his friends.
This
It
is.
is the moment.
I know when I get excited too. Okay. All right. Wow. Wow. I think we're all growing here. Mostly me.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Have fun.
Cool,
Talk to
yeah,
Harrison.
thank you.
Clyde.
Neville does not
Yeah.
talk to Harrison. He doesn't approach anybody he doesn't know, but he does go look at the dinosaurs.
Yeah. You keep an eye on Strahd real quick. I'm gonna
Okay.
talk to some people about some ideas I had.
Oh, Harrison's also there, so around.
Yeah,
but that means there's
he
a
doesn't
steg-
approach the dinosaur.
No, that also means there's a Stegosaurus and a Dilophosaurus
Ah.
as well.
Yeah. They are big.
Yeah, you can see some of them, a modicum of colors, Compsognathus, various grades and browns, and I think I can't remember if Little Rick was, coloration Little Rick was, I don't remember. The
Black and spiky.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, there was
Yeah.
one that was black and green, I remember that, because I painted that one.
Oh, cool. Let's go with that one then.
Well, there was Little Rick, and then there was
Spike.
Little Rick was the one that had all the spike. I think it's the black and green one.
Yeah, must be Little Rick. It's this one.
It was the more spiky one because
Oh, yeah. All right, cool.
wasn't Spike the one whose eyes we turned into headlights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was
think that was-
Triceratops.
No, it was a
Yeah.
Triceratops.
They were both
But
Triceratops.
it was different. It was a different type.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
Styracosaurus versus a Triceratops. That was the difference.
Styracosaurus.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I know the Stegosaurus is brown with red plates, and the Dilophosaurus was orange.
And then there were the
blue.
4 poop ones.
Yeah, the poor
The compies.
The four
Yeah.
Compsognathus that eat the waste of all the other dinosaurs.
Nice. That's so convenient.
That's
So-
a big pile of shit.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
yeah.
you go out and look at the dinosaurs, and you were going to just talk to Strahd.
No. So after that, I asked Clyde to wait, and then I want to go. Oz is going to go talk to Brother Drander and Sorrow
Yeah.
about some ideas he had for expanding the Valmar.
Okay. Would you like to? do
Sure.
that?
Sorrow, Brother Drander, I've brought you both here. I've been thinking a lot about the Veil Guard and how to move forward, and I have some ideas, and I wanted to throw them out, see what you guys think. Since you and we're the oldest Veil Guard members at this point.
Mm-hmm. What did you have in mind?
All right. So first, we need more money, right?
I mean, it's never a bad thing.
Never a bad thing. So I was thinking, Strahd had mentioned wanting to see Gouager. So my plan was to go over there, get some seeds, clear some fields around here with our dinosaurs, and then try and make up some, grow some stuff down here. That way that there's a veil source for Gouager leaf, and people from the south don't have to deal with Gouager so much.
And he's like, I mean, that's not a bad idea. There is that one dispensary in Westwick.
Yeah. Well, is there now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
what's
not
his name?
super.
Oh yeah,
High-end
it's just
security.
a dispenser. Okay, cool. I was just
And
like,
it's not the only dispensary.
Yes.
Which that's what it was in the old timeline.
yes, but now we have Clyde. So I'm gonna see if she can do some plant magic and get us our own strain. That's step one. Step two, I was gonna. So you know how like we're right in the middle, like we're between all the stuff on the southern road. I wanted to clear out a field. Here's my idea. We call it, instead of an in, it's an out. So we just offer field space for travelers within our walls, so they're safe. They can set up tents. We'll have outhouses. We could sell food. That way we have a little more income, and that way we're building our name. People come to the Veil Guard to be safe. We're putting that in their brains. And then from there, I have more expansion plans. I want to hire a blacksmith, a mason, and a carpenter. I want to, try and recruit apprentices. Provide, maybe get a wizard down here so we can do spellcasting services. I want to expand. I want this to be bigger.
I just want
I
to
want to help more.
point out that in this map, like the Veilguard Spire is like over here. Just as a frame of reference.
Cool.
Compared to where it is, because like the main road is down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it would be a couple days travel out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just to give you a frame
Yeah,
of reference.
but it's still we could be a waypoint. So take out that out idea.
Well,
The other
I
one.
mean, adventurers often go off the road.
Yeah, but we're kind of So I mean, these are just some ideas I had.
I mean,
Yeah, so that's like here-ish.
like
Is the spire.
old group,
here-ish.
we found that whole group of people that we had to
That
save in
makes
the woods.
yeah, that's true. Cool.
And like the whole oak fork ogre thing.
Oh, and then also, if we clear some land, we could start
Some
farming it
first.
for just like food, so we can provide more for ourselves. That was kind of my idea, is try and get us to be self-sufficient, so we have the blacksmith and the carpenter and the mason, so we can build our own shit. And then once we're done expanding, we can hire out those services, give them, space to apply their craft and sell them to local places.
And, my brother Drander will agree that, it sounds... Sorrow's, that's not really like her jam.
Yeah,
But...
just to respect her opinion.
Yeah, no, she agrees. She pretty much defers to Brother Drander for most of that stuff.
Okay.
He agrees that, definitely he thinks the idea of farming, not a bad idea, because it's something even more, they don't know. He doesn't know what the soil's like and what kind of stuff is there, but that's something that's easy, good work that can be something to help keep things going. So that's a good idea. The mason and all that other stuff, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, at some point.
And then as far as the idea of a roadside stop, other than the potential issues of not being really on the road.
Yeah. Then we build a diverting road.
I said, if you really wanted to go
It's a
nuts,
farm stand.
and he's like, this could be.
Ooh.
He said, where Veilguard Spire is pretty. It doesn't. That it doesn't have the means to travel anywhere. It can travel to specific locations, but where it is, it would be. You guys aren't too far away from the river that leads south, and you're not like. You're several. Maybe a couple days travel. I have to actually look at the map to the coast. But in theory, if you wanted, you could start clearing brush from the spire to the coast, and then in theory, if you're able to make a port, and then you could have access to ships, and then you could. It's days travel, but if you feel like maintaining it, that's an option you have too to make it a port.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a great option. And then I was thinking about trying to do some kind of exchange program with Carrick Fairn, where on our travels, because we're going to have a bunch of guys, right? We send them our diamonds to help with the war effort. Maybe they take a couple of volunteers and train them to be battle ragers for us. I mean, they won't be one of the high 5 or the then 10 or whatever it is, but if they're not part of that group, maybe Crag won't have a problem with it. And my last idea.
Oh, go on.
5-finger death punch.
And my last idea was, so we met that one guy who was a weapon specialist in Dethair.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try and find some of the others and have a similar kind of program where, if they're okay with it, after recruits are trained here, like, Allie might be interested in this, we send them to Dethair. If they qualify for the training, because I know that they don't train everyone, but, like, test their merit, see how they do. So these are my ideas.
So that, I mean, it's a lot of ambitious.
I'm thinking long term, man.
I mean, yeah, no, it's all good.
We're already
First
starting.
time Oz has ever said that.
Right.
It's almost like something's different about him. Nah.
I mean, it is, but
No,
you don't know.
So, this is what I think we should start with. Yeah. So, Brother Grander, would you mind talking to Harrison about trying to clear some more fields? I guess, maybe, Sorrow. You ever been to Gouger?
No.
That's all I needed to know. Cool. Yeah.
And he's just like, so we're probably gonna, if we're gonna truly start thinking about clearing more fields, I don't know if we have some means now, but we don't have equipment. So we're gonna need to pull from the funds we have to go down probably to Westwick, buy equipment, haul that equipment back up here, and then use that to start clearing, and then we'll need to get seeds and other things. And what kind of food were you thinking about growing?
Oh, I don't know a lot about farming. That was literally
Oh, okay.
just like
All
we
right.
should provide our own food.
Alright, well
That
maybe
was
we
the whole
can,
idea.
Harrison spent a lot of time in Westwick, maybe we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll look into it.
Yeah, this is I want to start brainstorming. We're gonna do a collective thing where we all have ideas.
Oh, weird.
Right? Okay.
Alright.
We don't have to do that. We'll just do what I say. It's cool. Yeah, and then Oz is gonna and then he's gonna be like, all right, so how are you guys doing?
And he's like, oh, we're good. I mean, thankfully Sorrow hasn't had any visions lately, which is a good thing. We haven't gotten any requests from Wickham or Westwick for anything, and we haven't heard anything from the east. Shocker, nothing from the elves.
Yeah.
But we don't think that anything's going wrong. I mean, we know you guys have informed us of some weird things going on with the elves and the orcs and stuff. I don't know if that's still happening. We haven't seen anything make its way this way, so I don't know.
Ooh, Sorrow, as our prophecy expert. So the prophecy wall seems to be changing a little. You know what that's about? Have you ever heard of a prophecy like changing in the middle?
Does the flickering on the prophecy have anything to do with the flickering in Strahd?
I feel like metaphorically, yes.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I didn't realize Clyde was here.
Nah, that was more just me musing.
I know.
There seems to be a lull. I filled it with amusing.
Well, we were having a discussion,
I find
but
that
I didn't
amusing.
really think there was a lull, because it was a direct question that I was about to answer, but
That's a lull.
a lull, apparently.
That is a lull for Celine.
There was no talking.
Therefore.
Just a die roll. Real quick.
That's about as far as I got. And she's like, well, depending on the prophecy, some are... I've heard of self-fulfilling prophecies. I've heard of other prophecies that, there's always that interesting concept of destiny, and is it set in stone? Can you make your own destiny and decide your own fate? Are you in charge of what happens there? And, I mean, I guess it's possible if there's been a large enough change to the game, as it were, that perhaps someone destined to that prophecy either got pulled in some other direction, died, left the realm, something happened, and then it just so happened that you maybe found a greater ally or something else that can shift that, or maybe someone that was destined for one thing is now destined for something else.
Well,
The world's ever changing. I'm not specifically sure. This prophecy is something. Who knows how old it is? I don't know.
yeah. All right, you've given me a lot of to think about. That's great. Is there anything that you guys think we should be doing to improve the Veil Guard? Anything that would make your jobs easier?
Well, I mean, we got enough money to fix up all the stuff, so that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
We're spreading the word that the Veil Guard is here. Well, we didn't anticipate this prophecy thing being a thing, so that's now a thing that we're dealing with.
It's a thing.
And Brother Trainer's like, we only have, I think, 2 rings left? 2 rings? I think?
I think so.
He's like, so we have that question of, do we think anybody else here is worth giving a ring to? Because there's a lot of people coming and going of questionable origin or species.
Yep.
So I don't know if any.
Just wait till the car shows up.
I don't know if there's people you think about who would be worth bringing into the fold, but that's something we need to think about.
I'm gonna wait until we get all the prophecy people,
Okay.
and then we'll decide then.
All right. Well,
That
so
looks-
now
Might have teleporting magic.
we'll see.
Cool. All right.
I'll keep
Like what?
my ears.
If you guys have any
Fun,
ideas moving
right?
forward, let me know.
Okay.
Also, Sorrow, you had mentioned before we left that you were thinking about going to the Dream Cavern of Celine.
Yes.
Did you end up doing that?
I did not. I figured, given the fact that the spire itself wasn't here, and that's the most defensible position, in case there was any sort of attack on here, it'd be better to have more arms and people with magic and strength of arms here
That's an excellent idea.
to deal with that. Because that's, I mean, like, we could hold ourselves up in the spire if we needed to.
Okay.
And it's a pretty good spot from either higher levels or whatnot to defend ourselves rather than like hold up in the barracks trying to make it.
That makes sense. Well, now that it's back, is that something you want to do?
She says I'll think about it. I want to make sure that Allie's training is she's in a good spot. I think she is. So I'll think about
Well,
it.
have you taken her out at all?
Not. I mean, really. Again, there's.
Yeah, I
it's just
know.
been us,
It's
so
just
we
been-
haven't really gone on any.
If you think she's ready to go out in the field, I mean, we could send someone else with you also. But the two of you, her and whoever else goes with you, could watch over you while you have your. Just think about it. I'm offering it to you.
Okay. I'll think about it for sure.
And then I'm gonna go back up to these guys. Now, how's it going? Dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, yep, they are surprisingly large.
Right? You never like when you see them drawn. They don't look this big.
I've never seen a picture of one. I had heard of them before, though.
Oh, delightful. Well, I'm glad you got to see them.
I am also glad I got to see them.
Cool. I don't want this to sound offensive, but like, do you eat?
Do I eat?
I think he can eat. I don't think he has to eat.
I can check. Would that be in features and traits?
It probably would be in features and
Racial
traits.
features.
Yeah.
Did we ask anyone if they had heard from the other team?
We did not. I think we didn't ask that because us as people know they haven't.
Yeah.
It's a good point though. It's a very good point.
Because according to our kin and the other group, we had
Oh no, he does still
we
have
did
to
it
eat.
in
Yep.
5 days.
He doesn't
We
age,
tried to
Right.
contact.
Yeah, but
he
the
does have to
timelines were
eat
fucked,
and
so-
breathe.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. All right. Fair.
Yeah, I do eat.
All right, cool. I'll make sure to let you know when food happens. Oh, we showed you where the kitchen is, so if you get hungry before then, help yourself.
Okay, cool.
Rick is usually our cook, but I'm not gonna go ask him to do anything.
No, it seems like
Yeah,
he's
he's
having
in
a
a
hard
mood.
time.
He's having a mood. He's having a day.
It
Having
does.
a day.
Is he okay? I mean,
I don't know. He seemed
just
grumpy
met
and
the
he
guy.
turned all like,
I saw that,
yeah.
so I understand. He's your friend, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We had been, I would say, a little nitpicky at each other the last couple of days, and I think...
Was that all in Barovia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it didn't start there. We're always a little at odds, but like...
Right.
So, I was... We
Give
might
him
just...
a day or two
Yeah.
here.
I didn't want to... I'm not going to force myself on him, because we had
Yeah.
been annoying each other, and
Okay.
maybe we just need some space.
Yeah.
It's your business.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, food, etc. I guess we're just here. I don't have any way to contact the B team. Do you? You don't know them. I don't know why I asked. I'm sorry.
That's
I don't have any way to
Just thinking out
contact
loud.
them, so I was just gonna like wait here until they get back because I need.
Yeah.
I don't think any of you have sending.
Nope.
No.
Because
Can
I
you prepare it? No.
No, druids don't learn it. It's wizards and clerics.
But you could go
And
through trees.
Bards? And bards.
You go through trees to different worlds.
Which don't know
I
where they
can,
are.
but I don't know where they. Yeah, we don't know where they are.
Just around
I know
all
a
of the
bunch of
worlds and just
trees.
hope
Yeah,
that you
right?
manage
Stop
to like
getting some
shot in the
of this.
dark. Like, oh, they're here.
Stop and get
Yes.
some soup. Pop back home. Hit all the highlights. See the sights. Take a
Actually,
look.
just went shopping. I'm sorry.
Cool. Yeah.
Clyde disappears for another 50 years.
At this point, we don't really have another lead, right? So Oz is
Well, the ones that don't have people for him yet are the ones that are flickering, right?
No.
the only one that was flickering is the one that might become Strahd, which was the acolyte of death who was once a feast for crows.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That
But-
one is flickering. We still have
Okay, Fabi's coming out.
we still don't know who
Oh, sorry. I
the
was
lazy
thinking
combatant
myself.
hailing from a land that no one knows is. And a knight of bone from times got all old, never called to action. Those are the two we don't have.
Any
Wow,
idea
guys,
who they
the
might
two
be?
we don't have. We made so much progress.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing a great
Yeah.
job. Good job, everybody.
Good job,
Prophecy
team.
juice.
Yeah, it's
Great.
worked great.
I'm gonna just make us drink
Okay,
called prophecy juice now.
I like that.
I do know. I'll guess I'll just sit with Strahd. And you have stuff to do around here. I really don't.
I guess. I mean,
All right, man.
does the Veil Guard have like a library? Like that, like was
They have
built.
a little. They have that.
Brother
little,
Drander
yeah,
has a
he's
little
got his
library.
Yeah, he has his
And we
library.
also have a
Yeah.
library section, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not really.
It's not really a library.
The closest thing you have to like
We
a
have
library
shelves.
is like the war room where like the prophecy was,
Yeah.
or like
a couple
Okay.
old
you know,
books, right?
old books and some old like defunct missions that were never fulfilled.
Right,
Other
like a
fulfilled.
mission.
Are there
log.
anything other spots on the map?
Oh no, we just had the two maps. Yeah, I think right.
Right, the two, the
Yeah.
Yester Hill and
Well, I mean, honestly,
Yes.
Barovia was a fucking. That was rough. So a couple
Barovia
days of R&R
sucks.
is not a bad idea.
All right, cool.
So,
I mean, you can feel free to look around if you want to go into that room and try to look through papers and see if you can find anything.
well, yeah, I was gonna see like if there are any like
If you
legends
got a couple
or
days to burn, then
references
why not?
or yeah, that's what Clyde was gonna do. Go sift through
Oz-
some stuff.
Oz is gonna go sit by Strahd with Nibbles and continue teaching him how to read so he can learn Oneromancy. Did I say that right? Is that the
Yes.
cheese magic? Oneromancy?
Seromancy.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
So that is what Oz does, is he teaches Nibbles how to read.
Cool. Neville
Nice.
sits and reads a book.
Okay.
Because he can do that.
Yeah.
He
It's
can.
probably been a while since he's gotten a chance to read a book.
Yeah, he'll just sit like in the sunlight with an open window and read a book.
That sounds nice.
It does sound nice. He'll have tea.
Oh,
Look at
what a
him go.
delightful afternoon.
It's been a couple of while. It's been several days of.
It
been a
has
couple of
been a
while.
couple of whiles.
It's been a couple of while.
It's more than one while.
Definitely.
He has no real way of identifying how long he's been, unless
Yes.
Strahd told him specifically.
But I mean, he's a little
Yeah.
busy right now,
Yeah.
so.
Alright.
But Neville definitely staying close to Strahd, just
Okay.
in case.
So when you're in there, you can make me an investigation check while you're looking around.
I know.
8.
8.
8.
Yeah.
You don't see anything of interest in there.
Alright.
The only thing I will say is you continue to see the flickering of the acolyte of death
Mm-hmm.
flickering in and out. And when you happen to be in there, you watch as the line that says "A warrior of water searching for his meaning" ungraze itself,
Oh.
and then just turns into blanks, like
Ooh.
underlines to
like
be
fill in the blank?
Yes, to be filled in. Yes.
Alright, alright.
Gang! Oz!
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Yep, that's for you.
Something weird's happened on the prophecy.
Coming. Nibbles. Let me know if anything changes.
Yep.
Oh, your nibbles.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Neville.
Oh no. Nibbles.
Ah.
This is Nibbles. He's invisible.
Cool, yeah, cool.
Nibbles, say hi.
Nibbles will say hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Nibbles.
Oh, Nibbles. This is Neville.
It's good
He's
to
a new
meet-
friend.
It's good to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to read?
I do know how to read.
I'm jealous.
You're
I
making
am
great progress
currently
now,
reading.
Nibbles.
I'll come read aloud and you can follow my finger.
That sounds good.
All right.
This is great. Oh, but yeah. So you
He
guys
sits
wait
on,
here.
yeah, he sits on the windowsill, and Neville will go word by word and read as he's reading. But he's not trying to teach anything beyond that.
That's right.
He's not here to teach invisible things how to read. It's not his job.
And I will run up and go. Good. He was kind of a liability, and then walk out.
Okay.
But like,
so
do
busy
we
now.
fill in the blanks? Like, do we just find a person? Do you think it's gonna fill in itself?
You have good questions.
It's like, is
That
it like
I don't-
Hangman? Do we fill it in with chalk?
Probably not.
Okay.
Very few prophecies are like Hangman.
That's fair.
So no, I think we should. I agree that this is something we got to worry about at some point. But I think we got. We'll cross this bridge when we come to it. We got to work on Strahd. We got to get the B team back, and then once we have that, then I feel like as a group we could all look at it together. Because
Okay.
please don't tell her I said this. But every once in a while, Wildfire comes up with a really good idea that ends up helping a lot. So
I need
before we do anything else, I would
Rick.
like to get her opinion. Don't tell her I said
to
that.
roll me a
Okay.
D52.
Oh wow.
And also Theron, I want his opinion too. Oh shit.
What?
Theron and Strahd.
Ooh, it's real Sophie's choice.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
38.
No. Yeah.
38.
38 for Rick.
A scent of blue marble earrings that glow faintly in the presence of pork. That one really got Celine.
Rick picks him up,
You got him.
and he knows what they do.
Sure.
Sure. I feel like Rick just knows what pork is. he confidently knows what pork
Well,
is.
no one's gonna trick you with long pig.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
you don't
I feel like
want
no
to
one
long
would
pig.
ever trick him with it anyway.
Not now.
Well,
Not anymore.
Or either.
No, that-
Okay.
Here,
Rick's,
please enjoy this nice pork loin.
Okay, sure. He
Stop pork. What is this?
he puts it in his
Nipple hair.
nipple hair.
Hangs it from his beard.
He doesn't hang it
Like
from
little
his
bubbles.
He puts it in his pocket to take out when he's buying pork
Okay.
in the future.
It's a good move for those.
All right.
It's a great play. I don't know where else to put him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can I get a pound of ground pork?
It's like the little tool jewelers have
Yeah.
to check to see if it's real, but it's for pork.
Just for pork.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
we're good.
It's like it looks good, but let's really look at the value here. Oh yeah,
This
that's
is
pork.
good. Make sure
That
this
is
is
pork.
kosher.
You gotta make sure it's kosher.
Yeah. All right. I think with that we'll take a short break. You're a spicy meatball.
That is accurate.
Hi everyone. We're
Aw.
back.
Little spicy meatball.
Stop it.
So we're back.
Yeah.
That is something we
That
are.
is a thing that we are currently thing.
When we left off,
Rick just found earrings.
yes.
Allowed him to find pork.
Yeah, pork earrings. Pork ring.
That's you're
stretch.
trying.
Look, I'm
It
doing
was
my
a
best.
stretch. It was fine. You're allowed that. You're
I'm allowed to
that.
try. I'm allowed to try.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So nobody's doing anything extra special or specific right now.
I don't think so. I think we're just
I think we're
reading.
taking a day. We're taking a day.
Yeah. Rick also takes a day, but alone.
Yeah. Oz is gonna make his way over to Allie and Gren. He hasn't chatted with them.
Okay.
He's gonna chat with them for a little bit, see how they're doing, etc., etc. See how they like it.
They are a fan of horses. They're equestrians. They enjoy horses. They are happy to get out. Wickham is a super small town.
Yeah.
And it's not a whole lot goes on there. Like honestly, everything that kind of led to this whole Delgard thing is one of like the big. I mean, at least in their lifetime, one of the biggest things that's happened. So they're big fans of that. They like having a sort of like a calling.
Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad this you're not disappointed by this whole arrangement. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. And then I'm gonna, as I leave, I'm gonna message Brother Drander and Sorrow and be like, "Hey, each of you, find out what your recruit's favorite food is."
Okay. And they both will. All right. Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something nice for him later.
Where? Clyde's just gonna hang out outside.
No.
Maybe sit with Harrison and like Harrison,
Harrison, you're right.
Harrison with like the vidoes and stuff. Just like chill.
Okay. I mean, if you didn't have Styracosaurus, Triceratops,
Yeah.
Compsognathus, Dilophosaurus on your list, you now have those as things you can turn into.
You
I
can
think I only had undead T-Rex.
So
So
add those to your list.
so sweet.
Heck yeah.
Now I got multiple dinosaurs.
Yeah. Wait a day. Gotta recoup. And then I guess in the evening hours, Oz is going to take Nibbles into the prophecy room and look over whatever we got here.
Okay.
Try and arrange what we have here. Like, what is this? How is it helpful? Let's make some order here in this prophecy room. There are papers everywhere.
It's the worst.
Are you supposed to find anything with the papers everywhere?
I don't know.
Strahd still undead?
Last time I checked, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, not cool, but status quo's not bad. I
It
guess.
doesn't seem worse. So.
Okay, yeah, I'll
I
take
check
it.
every once in a while with divine sense.
Appreciate you.
On Strahd?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still kind of that flicker in between.
Is it settling at all? Or not really?
It's pretty much the same at the moment.
I think at some point we're going to have to do something.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on what though?
Oh, absolutely none.
Same. Maybe the B team will have ideas. They seem more like.
I mean, like, is there anything we could like research or?
I mean, according to what we talked, someone said earlier, I forget who, but like this might be the first time this has ever happened to anyone.
A wholly unique experience.
No, but I mean, like to try to find other prophecy people. Although all the prophecy people are
Oh, I don't. Yeah,
like, crazy. So
it's there's a lot.
Oh, maybe there's. Why don't you guys spend the day looking through the room?
All right, yeah, we can do that.
Keep
I'll
looking
stay
for
with
clues.
Strahd. Your Nibbles, he seems smart. Why don't you maybe he can
Yeah.
find something that seems significant.
Because other than that, I feel like we just gotta wait for the other team to get back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Eh.
All right, let's go. Let's spend another day looking at some stuff.
Cool.
Okay. Can I just turn the volume down just a tiny bit?
Sure, of course.
Okay. So, you guys spend some time. You guys make investigation checks.
Investigation. I'm gonna lucky.
Clyde is not rolling well. Clyde doesn't find anything. She got an actual one.
All right.
So that will be a whopping 3.
All right, 21.
This is why you're the leader.
I appreciate someone knowing it.
I'm Team Oz.
Okay. So
fair.
you guys look around.
Based on my
The
knowledge.
standard
That's fine.
section of the prophecy remains the same as you're
Cool.
looking through the papers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see, and you continue to have so blah 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 heroes from near and far, and then you've got the child reborn of fire in a place forever gleaming, still X'd out. Champions of heart and stone lost before their time, and the minstrel's not grayed out yet because that's hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
The warrior of bone still lit up, as it were. The hero of light who fell in battle for choosing the wrong faction is grayed out. Champion of the woodland realm who lost a powerful book, grayed out. Prickly dwarf that loves to fight and also loves to cook, grayed out. Lazy combatant hailing from a lane that no one knows is still lit up. The acolyte of death one continues to flicker. Wielder of the Shadow's Blade who likes to sleep in wagons, X'd out. also maybe a dragon that also X'd out.
Cool.
And then the rest of it pretty much stays the same, but your blank at the start there, that was a warrior of water searching for his meaning, that was blanks.
Yeah.
The blanks begin to fill in with you in the room. You see it fills in.
Whoa. Do you see this?
It fills in a warrior of, which was what it had said before. And then it fills in of darkness. Fills in there where it had been water. And then it says whose love is teeming. I found something wrong with gleaming.
Ooh, this sounds hot. Are you asking Sean or Oz?
So Clyde's asking.
So Clyde is that. Yeah, sure. Honestly, it could have gone either way.
Honestly,
I don't really know that, but
I mean, the closest thing that's come up in my adventures to love that is teeming was I had a hookup with a guy and he followed us into a dungeon and tried to chloroform and kidnap me. I don't think it's that though.
I don't think is that. No.
Warrior of Darkness, huh? That's weird.
Yeah. I got
I'm
nothing.
not there.
All right.
I mean, Strahd was teaming with love.
Yeah, but I think the flickering down there, see how it's flickering to like Master of Death, Lord of Death, all that stuff?
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds way more Strahdy.
Alright, fair.
Strahdy. That's not an adjective now.
Yeah, he'll take it all in stride.
But
A victory for Jake. Yeah, this is, and I guess I'm gonna keep on trying to like organize, see what kind of information we do have, see if there are any more clues on the scrap bits that we found in here, things like that. And that's what I'm gonna spend the day doing with Nibbles, reading out loud when I can, teaching him letters in between, and seeing if I find anything that helps. And if not, at least the room's clean.
fair.
Yeah, you.
When in doubt, clean.
Yeah.
You do.
Yep.
And who's with Strahd currently? Neville?
Yes.
I will say Neville will see that towards the end of the day, as the sun begins to set,
Aha.
Strahd stirs a little bit more and like tries to sit up but can't.
All right, Neville will move up to him and be like, "Whoa there, guy."
He's like,
Lean back.
he leans back. Lays back down.
Is he asleep again?
No, he's just like kind of got like one eye cocked open, sort of, and it's like super bloodshot.
Uh-huh. That doesn't look good, pal, I'm gonna say. Lay on hands for 10 health.
And he's like, oh, it seems to help a little bit. I did not feel great.
No, you had a large amount of tar monster inside of you.
That is not the thing that I thought would be.
I sense, is he undead?
It's
flickering?
still flickering, yeah.
You're going through what some people might call a transitional phase.
And he says, yeah, just didn't get it that much.
Okay. Yeah.
This is not the thing that I thought I would ever go through, but here I am, and I'm in a lot of pain.
Well, it could be that whatever was inside of you was causing a lot of pain.
He's like, my ribs, they hurt a lot.
It could be that they're broken.
Oh.
I poke his rib a little.
It's a little sick pleasure for Neville. Like,
No. Just out of pure
Scientific.
curiosity.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's for scientific.
You're allowed to
curiosity.
enjoy science. Science can be fun.
Not for Neville.
That's fair.
Neville right now. See, he's not enjoying too much.
And he's like, what happened?
Wow, everything on that side of the table is such a bummer.
I know.
Right?
It's a while. Gosh
Right?
forbid. You know?
Wowee.
When is Oz the uplifting one?
All right. Do you want me to go get Oz? What happened?
What happened?
What happened is we are in
What
a
year
different.
is it?
Actually, I
How
have
long
no
has it
idea.
been?
25 days.
Wait, I've been asleep for 25 days.
Oh no. Apparently, you've been asleep for a day.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's been 25
When you start
days.
with
since
25
we-
days and you go to 1. it's not so
Exactly.
bad.
Yeah.
Expectation management.
Exactly. Thank you, Nibbles.
Nipples is happy now.
Yeah, of course. So you clearly need more rest.
Yeah.
I I guess maybe you want to try get out in the sun tomorrow or something.
Oh, mate, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is there sun here?
There is. It's sunny. It's nice, actually.
That's strange.
Have you ever seen the sun?
Not a long time ago.
Okay.
Well, like a little bit ago.
Okay, good. So, I mean, you've kind of been a bad person.
Yeah.
This is why Neville asked to look over Strahd so he could tell him off.
This was the right move.
You're getting a lot more chance here than a lot of other people would.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I mean, absolutely. The fact that Oz, to the point that he did vouched for you, is saying something. These guys apparently have something important to do, so you're gonna need to pull yourself together. Because maybe this is all part of the big plan. So I'm gonna say that whatever happened in the past is done. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right?
That is respectable.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it is. That's why I said it.
But you just do better from here on out. I can't.
Well, I'm not doing much of anything right now.
No. So nothing is better than you were. So
Okay, so I'm doing good then.
you're doing better. Yes, you're doing great.
Alright.
All right.
This is a good talk.
Good. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Neville gets up and walks away.
Neville walks away.
He goes and tells Oz that Strahd was awake.
Oh, did you say anything?
That's why not having the top on's nice for regular time.
My darling.
Coffee.
Coffee's hot.
It is.
He did. He said that he was in a lot of pain.
Okay.
He doesn't feel very good.
Oh.
He asked how long he was asleep for.
Uh-huh.
And then we talked a little bit about how this is a good opportunity for him to be a better person.
All on the up and up. Is he still up? Is he still awake?
I don't know, he dramatically crossed his arms and then back into the bed. So maybe.
Honestly, you go either way with that one.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
go check?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if he wants some water.
Oh, good. Good call. I stay up here.
I'm gonna do that thing like knock on the door frame like, hey,
Like trying to like turn his head in the bed and he can barely move.
I'm gonna go over and be like, hey man, you haven't had anything in your system for a day, and
Yes.
I don't know what your system can handle at this point. But I brought you a glass of water in case you're feeling kind of cottonmouthy.
Then he will take the glass of water. He'll try and he can't.
Hey, here you go. I'll feed him.
Okay, you feed him the water and he drinks the water.
How's that feel? How's it feel going
Yeah,
down?
it feels a little bit better.
All right, man. Here, I'm gonna give you this little bell. I don't. Ah, shit! I didn't bring a bell. I got these caltrops. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's not a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. If you need anything, you just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Are you hungry? Do you feel hungry?
I don't know what I feel. I feel in a lot of pain.
Okay.
A lot of my ribs. They really hurt. I think they might be broken.
Oh.
Apparently, I also was asleep for a day and there was a tar monster in my body.
All of those things are true. Yeah.
Oh.
Neville's a nice guy. He's on the up and up. I'm gonna do a medicine check to see if I can tell if his ribs are broken. Oh, fuck yeah. 21.
They're definitely bruised.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, man.
Like inverse CPR bruising.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Okay, yeah, those are definitely at least bruised.
It's like that hurts a lot.
It would. Ooh, I brought you something that will help with the pain, and I light up some gouge relief. And it'd be like,
Nothing like coughing uproariously.
Exactly. To rest the
Your
ribs.
chest pain.
and then I'm gonna take a big hit and blow it in his face.
And he's just like,
Breathe it in, but not too much. You don't want to cough.
and he's like, this is so strange.
It'll make you feel better.
All the cool smoke
You
in
are
front of him.
strange. Strange.
And I give him a wink, and then I walk out of the room.
He like laughs a little and it hurts. It's like, oh.
That was me in high school. I got my appendix out, and I'm an idiot, so I was like a junior in high school, and I watched Comedy Central all night. And every time I laughed, because I had just had my appendix out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that would hurt.
There you go.
It's
I'm not the
also
smartest guy. So
Gotta do
we,
something.
yep. I'll leave the glass of water. I'll be like, hey man, the water's here. If you can get it, if you need it later, rest up.
All right. I need us.
And then I'm gonna go back to he is not feeling well.
anything you can do
I don't
to
know.
help
I
him
don't-
along? Healing magic didn't really seem to do much.
Yeah, and with bruised ribs, I think you just gotta let those heal.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what do you guys want to do?
Have you guys ever played cards?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You wanna play some cards?
Sure.
You know what? Let's get everyone in on this. Oz is going to arrange a Veilguard card game that night.
Okay.
It's gonna be 3 Dragon Ante. We're gonna bet for funsies. We're gonna do some group
Oh, we can
bonding.
use the
Team
jewels.
bonding.
Yes, the
Yeah!
jewels that don't actually matter because we get new ones every day.
Yeah.
Does Rick join in
I
the
don't
card
know.
game?
Is Rick invited?
Ooh.
I'll go.
No one
yeah.
knows where Rick is, or at least
Well,
Oz doesn't know
I'll
where
go
Rick
check
is.
his room.
He's not in his room.
I'll go check
Where-
the kitchen.
No, not the kitchen. Kitchen has been
I'll go check the
cooking.
roof.
There you go. It's just sitting on the top of the roof. On
Just like
one of
poke
the
my
things.
eyes out from above the thing. Just like, hey, buddy.
Hey.
I know you wanted some space.
Mm.
Just wanted to let you know we're gonna play cards, and thought we'd invite you if you would like.
I'm okay, but thank you for the invite. Appreciate
Okay.
that.
Well, if you want to join us at any point,
You'll be
we're-
playing
we'll
cards.
be
you'll able
we'll be
to find
there.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Is everything okay?
I mean, no, things have been
Do you
really
need to talk about it?
kind of sideways right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're on track. Things
We're
are
doing
going
things.
well.
Yeah.
We are juiced up.
Uh-huh.
So those are all things that are happening currently.
That they are.
So
Okay, good talk, good talk.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
It's good to hear the Rick.
leave.
It made me feel better when I heard the Rick voice.
I hope you come join us.
yeah, Rick's not gonna join in, but after like half hour, 45 minutes of them, he'll bring snacks in, and then
Oh.
he doesn't say anything, but he leaves.
Okay. You guys. That's an opportunity to interact with Rick if you like.
I'm just gonna politely say thank you for the snacks.
8:20. I'm making snacks.
Very good snacks.
Good snacks.
These snacks are great, Rick.
Thank you. Yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, I guess Rick leaves.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oz and
bye.
Rick nod at each other, which is progress.
That's the first step.
Nodding. I agree. The first step towards
Being okay.
two guys being friends again.
I was gonna try to combine Rick and intervention and it didn't work.
Intervention.
Rick intervention? Should we have an intervention?
For what?
I don't know. There seems to be a lot of
Intervention?
tension.
That's good.
Intervention.
That's not really how you. That's not how interventions work. It's
You
when
guys
some-
need to like get you guys to talk it out, confront it.
You remember how much we were getting on each other's nerves while we were in Barovia. I think we just need space apart.
Okay.
We just need time to miss each other, let's say.
Now, whatever you
Because-
think is best. You know him better than me, man.
I mean, Rick has always been there in a scrap, in a tight spot. When you need a buddy, Rick is there. And that's what I'm focusing on now.
All right. Well, I'm proud of you for taking that approach.
And I don't need any of those things right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna let
There it is.
I'm gonna let Rick do Rick.
Okay. So, how about this card game?
Right?
Yeah, we'll feel awkward.
Intervention.
So is Clyde. Interaction.
There it is.
Yeah. So you guys play cards for as long as you want to, and then I assume Rick doesn't come back.
No.
Okay.
He's he did what he could
I see.
for the team. He will make breakfast tomorrow, though.
Okay. It's the next day.
He makes
Delightful.
breakfast.
I'm gonna take a long rest.
It's French toast
Everybody gets a long rest.
and bacon. That's actually pork.
Uh-huh.
We're sure about that.
That's good. No turkey bacon here.
Yep. And he is working on coming up with an icing, which is raspberry, cranberry, orange. A lot of orange zest in it for his French toast. It's really getting the consistency. He has the flavor he wants, but the consistency is difficult.
I see. Would you like to make a check for that, or are you just going to
Sure, no,
role
no.
play that check?
I will just. I'll take a roll. I have advantage on these though.
You do, because you're cooking
Special
tools.
cooking.
16, Ted.
Sure.
I had a 16 on the roll.
Thank you.
A
Thank you, Pat.
23.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, it's as good as you want it to be for your role play scenario of developing this.
It's almost there.
Okay.
It's not perfect, and
Sure.
Rick's not satisfied.
You're
then
on your
again,
way, though.
Rick might not be able to be satisfied with anything right now.
You're going to question it, I'm sure.
Question himself.
Yeah.
When Rick is out of earshot, I was gonna say, it's really good. It's almost there.
It's really good.
It's almost there.
What do you think it's missing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm good at eating. That's how my talents are best used.
So is Theron. Well, kind of.
No, he's really
Depends
bad
on
at
it.
eating.
Depends on your definition of good at eating.
I think by any definition of good at eating, Theron's bad at it because most
He
of it.
seems to really enjoy it.
Okay, actually, yeah, as a counterpoint. Yeah,
So
yeah, that's fair.
you know.
It's hard. I don't know. I've never met him. I don't know.
He gets a lot of food on him.
It's
like-
to wear his
It's like a
food.
it's like a 60-40 ratio. 60 in the tummy, 40 out.
I feel like it's difficult to describe him as good at eating.
That's what I was saying, right?
He sounds like he's.
He's
I mean,
enjoying
is that a
He is
legitimate estimate,
enjoying.
or are you being
Hyperbolic.
It's a small sample size. Like I saw him eat like 2 or 3 times. So
it. It's pretty
based
accurate.
on my small sample size,
Yeah.
it is accurate.
Kinda.
That sounds terribly wasteful.
Yeah. Don't even ask what his
But again,
shape
Neville's opinion of Theron's like, I don't know about that. Good way to live
Yeah,
life.
so the rest of the day is pretty much gonna go by uneventfully unless there's something specific that you'd like to do.
Not particularly.
I'm just spending a day working on poisons.
Okay.
What do you guys think? This is Neville.
Cool.
About maybe destroying the rest of that goo.
Oh, I would love to do that.
How without
Okay.
it releasing into the environment?
To be
Here's-
fair, the
here's-
rest of it got completely destroyed. So would that be considered released into the environment? Is that just dissipating into
Oh, that's fair.
the ether?
You're right.
And also, I was thinking about this a lot, and I feel like the source of that power, from what we know, are those dark powers in Barovia.
Right.
Barovia, the land without sunlight. So even if it is
Okay.
like sticking together, I think we're okay.
All right. So you want to bring the bucket out and
That is
to
that
the
is a
sun?
thought that I had.
Sure, we
No,
can do
it's a good
that.
thought. Let's do it.
All right.
Maybe that's what's keeping Strahd sick.
That's what I was just thinking.
Is that there's still some goo.
So let's go destroy the goo, man.
Alright, cool.
Let's Mucinex this.
Yes. So
Goo
this
gone.
day at high noon, we bring the goo outside and we pour the holy water into the bucket. We break the glass. In case of
Okay.
emergency.
Before you do that, I'm gonna say
Showdown-
you guys
showdown
do
with
this.
you.
I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna be next to Strahd, see if anything changes when you do this.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then
Okay, you do
we
that.
can hit it with more
Uh,
sun if we need.
And the smoke starts to, the blackish purple roiling smoke continues to off gas into the air until it kind of forms like a little
Calm.
column, and you watch as like it starts to get higher and higher into the air, and then you watch as that little column of smoke starts to turn and make its way towards the veil guard windows.
Oh.
No!
Oz, close the windows. It's
Can we-
trying to
can
get
we-
back
can
to
we-
him.
I close the
Can we try
window.
to Cover back
And
up
you
once we
close
see
the
that?
window and you watch like you see
It's
where
like
you're
trying to-
Clyde
it's
starts
trying
running
to
up.
get its way inside.
Oh, I yell, attack it!
Clyde's running and is gonna.
Devil
Attack
stabs the goo.
Well, it's just
Smoke.
It's like trying to catch smoke.
I'm gonna
Neville.
do something
Like trying
sun
to catch smoke
related.
with your bare hands.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna
that's
try
what
to
he tries to do anyway, because he doesn't know any-
sunbeam it.
Okay.
So it has to make a saving throw. Constitution wise.
Sure.
Oz has no wind spells, so he's gonna use blade barrier along the windowsill,
Okay.
hoping that the whirling magical swords make whirling air and can dissipate the smoke.
Okay. You do that. The smoke. It's yeah.
Question.
Sure.
It says undead and oozes have disadvantage on the saving throw. Would this count as both an undead and an ooze?
Well, I rolled a 2.
Oh, so it doesn't really matter. Look at that. 29 points of radiant damage.
You do that. It doesn't like it.
Like, does
it
make
seems
do
to like.
anything?
You're also at high noon in the day sun, so the extra
know.
sunbeam energy, it blasts through and it's sort of like it moves, like it's not like it doesn't seem this unmorphous blob of smoke does not seem to react to the sun more like it's disturbed, like it's
Weird.
moved, and when it goes into the blade barrier, it's sort of like it'll come out and then you'll see like it'll start moving around, and it starts to like pick up the pace.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What do we do?
Things
What
are
do we
getting
do?
bad! I need
And-
backup!
And it makes its way through the main door of the Veilguard Spire.
Okay.
Oh!
Neville's going inside, and he is going
Can we
to
try
cast
to go into like an animal?
Aura of Life.
Which does...
Life-preserving energy radiates from you in a 30-foot radius aura. Centered on you, everybody in the area has resistance to necrotic damage.
Okay.
And hit point maximum can't be reduced. In addition, non-hostile living creatures regain 1 hit point at the start of its turn if they have 0.
Okay. So you're running in with this aura of life, and it's sort of like it's like skirting it up the stairs. Like the aura, it's intangible, but like you know where it is, and
Right.
apparently so does this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like trying to keep away from you, like run up the stairs. And it will make its way to as you're running up, chasing it, to the outside of the room where you and Strahd are, and it will. The doors are not like perfectly sealed,
Yeah.
so it like makes its way under the floor, and you see it in the room. In the room where you are, and Strahd's like, God, this is so my ribs, they hurt so much. And it like above the bed where he is.
Oh god.
And he like looks up at it, and it's like, and like now you can almost think you're not sure because it's roiling purple black smoke, but it might have a face. Doesn't look like a happy face. It looks like an angry like jack o' lantern style face.
Do we still have holy water about?
I think we used most of it, and it like while you Neville comes running up, and like the aura envelops the room, and the thing doesn't seem to like it, and it like.
Because I was gonna run it.
And it just like goes right for Strahd's mouth.
Oh.
No! Kiss him! Block his mouth! Block his mouth!
I block his mouth with my mouth!
Well,
Shut him up!
I'm gonna say.
Doesn't need to breathe. Plug the holes!
I'm gonna
Roll for
say,
initiative?
I don't know.
No,
if
no.
he
I'm
wants
gonna
to.
say that it. I'm gonna say it beats you
Fair.
to the mouth.
Okay, once it gets to the mouth, I stop because I'm not putting my mouth on
go
that.
up the butt and through the mouth. And
Oh.
listen, you can't go in the front door.
Oh, don't say it.
Oh god.
Don't finish that sentence.
Uh,
I said don't.
So
You're
now
terrible.
you see him like. There's definitely like more like exorcist level contorting of his body as this is like forcing its way inside him, and he's like bending all over, and you can see because now he's conscious,
Oh god.
so there's like screams of pain and agony as
This
his
is a terrible
body's being
idea.
like bent in like all sorts of weird ways, and like retching, and then like back almost like in half.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Fight this,
Dear.
buddy.
I'm going to yell for Brother Brander.
You gotta fight this man.
Power of Maestra compels you!
He has a +5 on any of his saving throws.
I am keeping that in
To
mind.
start, do you, no, I can't cast Aura of Life and Bless on him.
Yeah, man. I got nothing. I can stab him.
I mean, it's in him, right?
It does seem to be in him.
I have Oz has one more.
Can you
thought.
dispel magic, maybe?
I could try.
So remind me what Aura of Life does again?
So, it makes everybody resistant to necrotic damage. It brings anybody who has 0 health up to 1 health at the start of their turn, and that's the majority of it.
I guess I'll try to dispel magic, see if that does anything.
Okay. You can dispel magic.
And their max hit points can't be reduced.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it's cool. It's great for combat that you're going to go unconscious in.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody has to waste time.
My thought is Oz is going to call Brother Drander, try and get him to turn undead. Hope that
Yeah.
can make the smoke run away
Ah.
and leave Strahd.
Oh, let me look at. You know what? I wasn't.
One and wonder.
I wasn't.
Who knows?
I mean, if you want, I wasn't. I gotta look up his. So I gotta look up his saving throws because I was not counting those. So he's got a +5 plus his roll.
Potion of gaseous form. I was gonna say, give that to him. Maybe the two gases will separate.
Let me just find where's
A
his
gas can't be inside another gas, right?
Exactly.
Here it is.
Might be easier to combine gases, though.
It's true.
I don't know anything about chemistry.
Well, we're breathing in a combined gas at the moment.
Well, unless they were different densities
Well, I mean, I guess that...
of smoke.
Do they chemically bond, though? I mean, does density matter with that? Again,
I was
don't know
gonna say
anything
it would
about
be
chemistry.
maybe easier to get them to separate if one's like heavier.
Yeah, but if it's
one's
one's...
lighter.
But it's moving by itself. It doesn't matter if it's heavier or lighter.
Oh, that's
You
true.
just engulf the other one.
That's true. Do that and then just whirlwind it and just blend it. See what happens.
That sounds like the
That's
exact
what-
opposite.
I
of
know,
what
it's the
we
exact
thought.
That's how it
opposite.
started.
Thank you.
They were blended.
Sorry, I'm just checking on his stats because.
Turn
Sounds
them into
like-
gas and then we just bottle them like a gin.
How does that help
Just
us?
leave it like alone.
Oh, I mean, I would.
Then it goes away.
Yeah, but I
We
think.
should never have taken it out of the bucket.
Okay.
I thought it was a good idea. I think this is...
I thought it was a good
We
idea.
need to solve this.
Yeah.
It seems like this is the...
I mean, nothing was.
Thing to do. Nothing was changing.
Nothing was changing. We needed to do something.
So
All right.
with Neville, this is a very high saving throw, DC. But I think with Neville, you will break the DC 30 that is this saving throw.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's when it's
Orange
great to
die!
have Ted roll.
Well, this isn't. I don't have my dice, so this is just this. This is
What?
a level up die.
It's great to
My dice are in the other
have.
room.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
my-
great to have Ted roll.
Ted roll.
My
Regardless.
dice are in the other room because I forgot to get them.
The
So
dice
this is
are
a
lucky.
level up die. So in theory, this is well balanced and accurate.
Mhm.
But that was a 19 on the die,
Nice.
which will give him a 32
Oh
on
boy.
his saving throw.
Look at Neville coming in clutch all over the place.
Yeah, which would have been a. Actually, he
What is
without
my
Neville,
condition with
he
the
would not have been able to succeed.
Yep.
Even with a natural
Yay!
20, he only
It's
would have
almost-
maxed out at 28.
It's almost poetic.
So you watch as he is contorting back and forth, and he starts coughing more and more, and you watch as the smoke starts to like expel more from his lungs and out his nose and out his eyes, like the tear ducts, and it's just like.
When that starts happening, Oz is gonna start cheering him on. Like, fucking fight it, Strahd!
Come on, Strahd!
So that's happening,
Strahd!
and you. So that's happening, and you watch as it sort of comes back out into that sort of blob that it was in, and he continues to cough additionally. And you watch as there's more of those feathers, these black feathers that he'd been coughing up before. And he continues to cough up feathers. And as he coughs up the feathers, and they sort of interact with the smoke, and they start to dissipate the smoke as if the feathers are absorbing the smoke, and they're just like
Oh.
in the air. And this happens for about a minute of him just coughing up feathers.
Rick bursts in at some point during this. He's got an apron on and he's covered in flour. But he's got his axe. What's going on?
we're not entirely sure.
Gross.
A lot of feathers.
And you watch as the last of the feathers, and there's one last feather that's coughed up that's significantly larger than all the rest, and it just sort of gets the last bit of the smoke, and it just dissipates and is gone. And he just like, ugh, he falls back over, unconscious.
Just go over to him, just a light tap on the face, just like, Strahd.
Check
He's
his
like-
pulse.
Strahd, you breathing?
I check
hold the
his
mirror under
pulse.
his
Never divine senses.
Okay.
Look, he's still undead.
So you check for a pulse. You don't find one at the moment, and he is still flickering, though it is significantly more stable on the not undead side of things.
It's moving in the right direction.
And he's
Okay.
just like, oh god, so many feathers.
Why so many feathers?
I don't. Hey, you want some water, bud?
And he's like, yeah, we'll be alright. Yeah,
Alright. I give him some water,
drink some water.
and then, ooh. And then I'm gonna message to, Clyde. Be like, ooh, wanna get him some wine? Maybe that'll help.
Oh, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
I go
Clyde
get
goes
him
over
wine.
to get wine. And as you're going to get wine, you get a message that says, hey, we need a pickup. We're over here in Evrand, or in Faerun. Can you come get us?
Hey, Oz!
Yes?
How urgent is that wine? Can someone else get it? The other crew just messaged me to go get them.
Yeah, there's literally 8 other people here.
Alright,
Any of them can get it.
I just want to let you know.
Appreciate you!
Okay, bye!
Wait, are you going to get them?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Should I not?
I mean, make them wait a little while.
Why?
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, we're dealing with a lot here. I
Be
feel
a
like
little
their
funny.
help would be
Why would that be funny?
helpful.
Because, you know, they gotta wait. Because we didn't...
You like waiting? It's fun.
No, it's funny to make other people wait.
Why? Okay, explain to me how that's funny.
You know what? I don't have time for this. Yeah, okay, go get it.
Okay, bye!
Alright, in the meantime, I need Oz to roll me a d67.
What?
Oh, wait, I go.
Yeah, and then Clyde arrives in Faerun with the rest of the group and says something along the lines of, we're dealing with a lot right now. Come back with us.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a lot
dealing with a
going
lot.
on.
Oh, tree lady, cool.
Well, can I just like tree Strahd so Ace can get back to Red Lurch? Because that was something that we were gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say you do that.
So I'll just boop. There you go. You guys. Boop.
37.
Okay, I don't know if you have this glove. That as an action, its index finger becomes inky and functions like a quill.
Yes, I do.
To catch everybody up, we went to Barovia. There was a vampire. We became friends with the vampire. We got this cool guy named Neville.
18.
He might be undead. Is undead. I'm still
Pair
kind of
of
fuzzy on
black
that.
leather gloves and a bright red necktie.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Ours looks nice now.
Oh, nice.
There
then-
hugs Clyde. So great to see
Oh,
you.
hi. Yeah, it's good to see you guys too. And
You
then
guys are all
we
back
pulled.
together.
Okay.
And then we pulled some black sludge out of Strahd, and then we tried to, and then we fought it, and then we put it in a bucket, and then we took it out of the bucket, and then it went back in Strahd as a mist, and then that struggle happened for a while, and now I think he's okay. A lot of feathers came out. I'm still kind of unclear on the situation. Also, the prophecy on the wall is doing some funky things, so that's fun.
Define funky.
Some of the lines changed, some of them are flickering, some of them.
Our lines?
Oh no, we're still in it.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Ah.
So that's kind of what's happening. Rick is going through some stuff, so I kind of avoid him right now. He's being kind of grouchy.
He actually... was he not already? I don't know.
I mean, like more like he like okay, so like guys, like he like took Oz and like threw him up against a wall and was like,
Oh, that's
"Please
not
wait,
cool.
wait, out," and then stormed off looking all spooky like. And then today he seems a little better, but I think he's going through some stuff emotionally. So like, we should be sensitive.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Clyde, this is Ikaj.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the group.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me here. I see you're a tree lady. That's
I am
cool.
a tree lady. I see you're a snake guy.
I am a snake guy. Okay? Look at us. Power
What a
of
world.
observation.
Yeah. Okay. So Oz.
Yep.
This is Ikaj.
Ikaj, huh?
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
a pleasure.
Which one are you?
Wait. I don't know.
Did you take him to the room?
Well, which one? Okay.
Well, I mean, like, is the Strahd situation okay? Should we go take him to the room?
I mean, we should take him to the room anyway.
Okay, we're going to the room. Come on, follow me. Let's go get that prophecy
How much have they caught you up on, Ikaj?
I'll be honest, not a terribly large amount.
You know how we are when we explain things, Oz.
Yeah,
We
I do.
kind of do it bad.
I get that there are a group of heroes, and that I am apparently potentially one of them.
Yes, that is true.
So,
And then we're gonna save all the worlds.
I did hear that we were going to
That's the
save
idea.
several worlds,
Yeah.
and they begged me to come along. So, here I am.
All right. Actually, what kind of armor does Ekash have?
Studded leather armor.
All right. He's gonna. Oz is gonna be like, oh, like the armor.
Thanks.
So I had actually in a shop a couple towns back. They gave me some soft shell crab armor with some minor modifications you might be able to use if you're interested. Helps you with acid damage. It's up for grabs.
It was for you?
Yeah, but like with some modifications we can move it around.
Okay, I will take a look at that.
This has been the most he has not talked in a while. I'm gonna message to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of entitled. That's what Wildfire's brain sounds like, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like Celine.
Cool. I mean, so's Rick.
Yeah, but like, this one got on my nerves more.
All right, I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wildfire.
No.
We'll take him to the prophecy room.
Okay. Ikaj goes to the prophecy room, and a minstrel from a similar place who may be penned a rhyme is crossed off the list.
Oh yeah.
All
Prophecy
right.
juice.
It looks
Let's go.
like
Looks like I'm in.
you're in.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
man.
Cool.
I agree, cool.
Let's have.
Do we have digs here?
Yeah, Wildfire. Would you mind showing him to the barracks?
Oh, barracks.
Sure.
Barracks?
My pleasure.
Sleeping on a regular old bed, huh?
Yep.
No, actually.
That's what's available.
We could say that.
we
You
could
could
say
say that.
So-
You would say that.
Yeah, we can take you back to Fairland
Where
if you'd
would
rather.
you
Oh,
prefer to
no.
sleep?
Is there a space outside where I could set up myself? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Great. Can you show me to a place where I might be able to?
Sure.
Sure.
She
Fantastic.
leads you outside and it's just like, pick a spot.
Oh, any spot.
I mean, like, don't be obtrusive. Intrusive? No, I was right. Obstructive?
Obstructive, disruptive, obtrusive, intrusive.
Well, y'all know what I'm trying
Obstructive.
I'm just gonna be obtuse.
to say. That sounds like you.
So here you guys go. You got this
And
nice
Theron's gonna be a cute.
wall.
Hey.
First off, Ikaj, more handsome than that.
Yeah, but personality counts.
You're right. That is true.
I'll lead you to a corner somewhere. He's
A
like,
corner somewhere.
there you go.
Cool. This will be my corner here, and Ikaj is going to cast Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion.
So a little door opens up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
You gonna check it out?
Sure.
Open it up. It's
Open
like
it.
it's like a whole studio on the inside.
Ooh.
There's a couple of cool coffee bars, and there's a bunch of really modern looking lounge instruments. And there's one room in it that's just like a giant room full of just soundboard, so that it's completely dead quiet in there. You can hear the blood running through your whole body and everything. There's also one of these really neat baths that they had in the Underdark, which is
Galthambrand?
only got one of the drow baths that only hold an inch of water, so you can't be drowned in your bath by somebody else. So it's like a shower with just a tiny little lip.
I thought it was the.
So it's a shower,
No, it's a bath.
but you can't soak in it.
Well, you can. You just have to be.
An inch of your body.
Yeah, you have
gets
to.
soaked.
You get it really, really hot. You'd
I
have
feel
to
like
try
you
it.
just burn yourself a bunch.
No,
Actually, that would work
it's
for me.
just a little bit of water. That's the whole thing.
So
Then the steam comes up and it's on the slab. Anyway,
So it's a steam bath?
as a reminder,
would you like a room? Yes, I
it
know.
is
A lot of space.
50 10-foot by 10-foot cubes.
Mm-hmm. put together however I want.
Yep, and decorate it however you want. There's sufficient food to serve a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people.
Holy crap.
A staff of 100 near-transparent servants attends all who enter, and you decide the appearance of the servants as well as their attire. They are completely obedient and subservient to you. They can perform any task that a normal human servant could perform, but they can't attack or take any actions otherwise.
They all look exactly like me.
That's all.
They can go anywhere in the mansion, but can't leave it. And
Wow,
that's pretty much
it's
it.
disturbed. She's just like, this is great.
And that lasts for
There's the
24 hours.
manicure room over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Got a bunch of beds, alright. It's food, just wherever. There's not like a kitchen or anything.
Just
a lot of
food lying
seating.
around.
You just ask for it, they'll bring it to you. It's great, okay? So if everybody's cool, I'm not sleeping in the barracks. And if everybody's
no,
cool,
that's fine.
they can come hang out, they can have a meal, do whatever. I'll leave the door open. People can come hang out.
Sounds good.
But I just feel like with you guys all being here, and I appreciate the offer, you know, and coming, and I don't mind helping out. But just remember that, like, you asked me to be here,
Yep.
so that should inform your attitude a little bit. Just because, you know, you get it. You get it. Just be nice to me, please.
I will be cordial.
That's not the same thing.
And I walk away.
All right. See you later, hot stuff.
I got a message to Oz. He is definitely overcompensating for something with this house of his.
House, you say?
Yeah, he did some magical thing, a door appeared.
Magical doors, you say?
Oz, he might be perfect for you. Have fun with that.
He is very
It's an embarrassment of riches here. It really.
What are you gonna do? You have so many options.
No. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if anyone likes
Also,
me.
I've missed talking with you.
I mean, there's definitely been a lack of wildfire. Next time I go out, we should go together.
I agree.
Next time on the mission. All right. So Oz is gonna call a team meeting with everybody.
Okay. Enjoy that.
Team meeting with except for Rick. He's not gonna go talk to
Team
Rick.
meeting.
So Rick's not invited?
No. He's just personally not going to talk to Rick.
Clyde will probably.
He'll be like, hey guys. He'll go up to everyone and just be like, hey, team meeting, 15 minutes. Let everyone know.
You see Kaja's awesome, sweet house.
I do.
Full
And
of
I'm like,
Kajas.
oh shit, this is too many. I gotta go. I'll shout in, whichever one is you. Team meeting in 15 minutes. We're trying to figure out our next move.
Okay.
As the new guy, feel free to sit it out if you don't want to be there.
What? No, I mean, I'd like to know something.
Okay, cool.
You know what? I appreciate you coming here and talking to me yourself. It seems like there's just like there's not a lot of direction in your group here.
Yeah, the problem is I don't like to. Yeah, we didn't send the leaders on that mission. Yeah,
I could tell.
Yeah.
So I'll just any of my concerns, I'll just address
Just
you
bring them to
personally.
me. Yeah, just bring them to me.
First things first. Is,
Yeah.
Why is Wildfire so rude to everyone?
She is not.
Oh, she was
rude
definitely
to everyone.
All right. Let me rephrase that.
Sure.
For the extent of my knowledge of her,
Yeah.
she's been rude to me, and I just don't understand why. If you could just talk to her about it, that would be great. I would really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
definitely, man. I'll definitely talk to her about
Yeah.
it.
So, what do you do around here?
I don't understand that question. Like, what is my role in the Veil Guard? What do I personally do around?
Yeah. What's your role in the group?
Oh, I'm the sneaky smart one.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Like, if I want to not be seen, it's real hard to see me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What do you do?
I play music, do magic,
Oh, that's cool.
and I'm generally persuasive.
Cool. That will be very helpful because we're not.
I'm also geared up pretty well for fighting large monsters.
Really?
Yeah. Defeated with a fellow group of adventurers some demon lords.
Oh.
So yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we saved the realm one time.
Get ready to bump that number up to 2, bud.
Well, apparently I'm gonna bump that up to all of them. Yeah, we'll bump it all the way up to 11. Let's go.
And we do.
All right, so everybody is together.
Everybody comes.
Team meeting.
Rick
Oh,
shows up too.
everybody, this is Ikaj,
Hi, Kaj.
Hey, everybody.
part of the group now.
Just so you know, okay, mornings are not usually my best time. I like to have breakfast. I like to have tea, okay? Totally down. If things are important, I'm not going to say, no to morning type stuff. But, I'm like a 9:30, 10 start guy most of the time. So, do some yoga, relax for the morning. Just saying.
Flint and Oz are both like, yeah, I can get by with that. yeah, no, that sounds real. 9:30, that sounds delightful.
Wildfire's on board with that. She likes him a little bit. Like, she just likes
Cool.
him a little less.
Neville, Theron, and Rick are all like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Clyde is also like,
Yeah. Alright, guys, so, I brought you all here. As we can see, as we're in the prophecy room, some adjustments to the prophecy. Wildfire, Rick,
oh, wow. Yeah, that has
We're-
changed.
Wave is no longer part of this.
apparently.
Yeah.
Alright.
And, yeah, so, no need to dwell. Let's move on. We got, oh shit, has anyone checked on Strahd in a while?
Somebody would, Neville probably would have been with him for the morning.
Yeah, I'll say he's actually able to sit up now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's doing better.
And
Okay.
he's just like,
He's slowly getting there. Maybe we ought to
and he like,
give him a day or two, and then maybe we'll drag him up here.
you see him like thinking for a while, and he's like seems like he's trying to remember something, and he goes, well, I do not have access to any of all of my high level magic is gone.
Oh, you could just tell that.
I can recall any of the spells. All of those things that I was throwing around to hurt all of you, but I can't remember any of them.
That sounds like a good thing, more than it is a bad thing.
Unless you were relying on me to have that kind of magic, because I do not have it.
Honestly, I'm gonna try not to rely on you for much anything.
I can get behind that.
Seems like right now you need to rely on us to get you feeling better. Do you want to come to this meeting that they're having? You come sit in?
Sure.
All right,
with you.
cool.
So we'll say that Strahd, like,
Cool.
Neville
like,
carries.
Well,
yeah,
say,
I was gonna
a
say with
super
like,
strong dude. Go get him.
yeah.
Neville will help him.
Yeah.
Give him the shoulder.
And, this is Strahd.
And he's like,
What's up?
hello.
Hello there.
Oh boy.
Hey!
Oh, this is a lot of people. Hello.
How you feeling, buddy? We heard you went through an ordeal.
Guys, let's give him some space. He's been through a lot. Strahd, just relax. Here's some wine. Here's some water.
Take some water and some wine, and he will.
Here's some crackers. In case you need something in your chum chum.
Oh, can I get some crackers?
Oh yeah, here, we got plenty for
Oh,
everyone.
sweet. Awesome.
So, guys,
What's up?
Is he still undead?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
so
Just same thing.
we've
A little better.
we've crossed some stuff off the list. We got 4 more people to look for. We got a warrior of darkness, a knight of bone, a lazy combatant, and an acolyte of death. Does anyone have any ideas on where to start looking for any of these? Nothing jump out?
We'll say no. Because we'll also say no. Theron's gonna say no. Rick's gonna say no.
Nope. Not
I'll
really.
say while like Strahd will pull up, he'll like hobble to a chair and sit down because he's still going through a lot. And I will say while you're all in the room, the acolyte of death will solidify to a lord of death whose power ebbs and flows.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, Strahd, I got good news and bad news.
And he's like, oh boy. He's like, I feel I shouldn't. I told Neville, but I feel I should inform all of you. I do not have access to any of my high level magic. Any of those spells that I was throwing around,
Yeah.
I cannot recall any of them.
You still know how to swing a hammer?
I mean, I don't feel like I could pick one up right now, but maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, like, half the people here are only good at swinging hammers, so, like, even if you can still do that, that's helpful.
Perhaps.
Theron and Rick are both kind of offended by
And he's
None
just
of
like,
mine swing
anyway,
hammers.
shit happens.
That's fair.
I appreciate you letting us know. I had some thoughts. There are 2 big places here in this continent to find information. One of them is Downton Abbey, and the other one is Tortel. Tortel is the Elven city. That's where Clyde's from. Way of Clyde. But no one's heard from them in years. So that is not my first my first move.
When I went to try to figure out what was going on, that's when I lost my memory and like disappeared for 50 years.
Oh, jeez.
So like
That's bad.
whatever team goes to do that, like should like be cautious.
I don't think any team should go do that if that's what we're risking, right? Because then we'd have to find each other again.
I think that's a solid plan B.
I mean, I think it's worth investigating. What?
No, I was agreeing.
Okay.
It's a solid plan B.
Solid plan B. But like, let's spit some other ideas out
Yeah.
there. Okay?
Well, my
You
other
know?
question.
asked Mistra.
Oh, have you asked Mistra?
No, you guys have been here the whole time we've been having this meeting.
Oh, Mistra, man, that's nice.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could go ask. We'd have to. Oof. The questions would have to be very specific. We'd have to spend some time on it because I can only ask like yes, no, maybe. But if we brainstorm and we come up with some questions, I can absolutely do that. My other idea was going to be, since we're looking in our world and Barovia's off limits, is there anywhere in your, would you say it was Faerun?
Faerun, yeah.
Is there anywhere in Faerun, like a house of knowledge, somewhere where you could go to find out stuff? No, I don't think there's
I don't
one
think so.
left.
There used to be like a dope.
Yeah.
That whole place is kind of different.
Yeah. I don't-
There was a lot of destruction.
I don't think we should go to Candlekeep.
Yeah, man, heard it got wrecked pretty bad.
Yeah.
So tell us about these two places here. What was the other
Actually,
one?
does
You
Ikaj
said
know
the
if anything
Doten
has happened?
Abbey?
The Doten Abbey.
Sense.
Woody Kaj?
Would Ikaj was in Baldur's Gate, which is not too far from.
Not too far, but like I guess my question is, would Ikaj care enough to know about Candlekeep, or would he be too busy focused on his career or lack thereof? Because I don't like it's not a tour stop.
Right,
Candlekeep is not
nobody,
a is not
nobody
a
stops in Candlekeep for music.
no, not worth it.
Fair enough.
I mean, like, you know.
If no, he might have if it was like getting rebuilt or something. Or
I guess he would have known that
He
it was
probably
in the
would've
process
heard.
of getting rebuilt. Yeah.
I mean, he's been around for the past 50 years,
Yeah,
or 60 years, depending on
Mhm.
the day.
Yep.
So does he know?
It was being rebuilt,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't think he knows much.
Yeah, it was
more.
getting fixed up, but I mean,
Mm.
so there's that one place, Candlekeep.
All right, so we have options.
All right.
But I think at this point, let's hang out. Let's keep the team a team. All right. If we all go together, sure, it cuts down on the amount of avenues that we can pursue, but we're much more likely to succeed at whatever we're doing. We had a very specific rule. Number one rule in the Underdark: don't split the group. You know what happened? As soon as we split the group, we had like 12 people. 9 of them died. Bam. Like 3 weeks.
wow.
Terrible. Actually, 8 of them died. 1 of them turned out to be a god. But that's not for right now. Don't split the group. It's an important rule. All right.
I just have one clarification from your story,
Cool. Yeah.
because you said you didn't split the group and 9 people died.
No. We ended up splitting the group. That was the lesson we learned there.
They split the group once, didn't end well, so now they don't split the group.
8 people died.
Yeah.
I understand your point, Ikaj, but we already we sent 3 people to get you and 3 people to get Strahd or Neville, actually, and we ended up getting I understand your point,
Cool.
18
But-
crushed it.
but we're
B team crushed it.
no 18.
18 got 2 when we were sent for 1.
Yeah, that's true.
B
They
team
also
got
almost
1.
died a bunch of times, and B team
But-
was fine.
That's
We
true.
didn't.
Also, B team, gosh, he counts as like 1 in the fight.
I understand your point. Right now, we have no specific goal, so there's no need to split up the group.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is we should aim to not have to.
Would
I
the
agree.
the conclave, was that what it's called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In Evrand. The other wasn't there another place? Or Citadel?
The
or
Court
something?
Citadel?
Yeah, did that have information on stuff?
No.
Were they?
They were-
They had some
they were-
powerful clerics there, though.
Yeah, that's what happened. They had some powerful clerics there.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Cure
Alright.
lycanthropy.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just trying
You
to
guys
think of
are right
other
here.
places to.
they were more. If we wanted, they were more like fighty smart. So like, if we needed knowledge on an ancient evil to smite, I feel like they're the guys to go to. And maybe when we finish this, they're the guys to go to. But I don't think they would have a lot on like people.
So
you know?
should we go to the Abbey place?
I mean, that's my.
I mean, they
that's
do
my
have a
first
lot
idea.
of books there, and they had a lot of different knowledges.
That's the only idea I have going on now with what information we have is try and get more information. That's the best place for information.
Yeah.
Cool. What about the Strahd?
What was? Sorry, I didn't hear the end of your
What
question.
about Strahd?
What about Strahd?
Yeah.
What about him?
I mean, look at him. He looks like shit. What do we do with him?
Oh, I mean,
Let
we would,
him rest and recover?
Just leave him here alone?
no, I'll
No,
stay.
Brother Drander stays here.
I'll stay.
And so does
Okay,
Sorrow.
But then again,
and Allie and Grant
okay,
and Harrison.
I understand that. But what happened last time was he needed help from a paladin, right?
So Neville can stay. Is Neville a paladin?
Yeah, well, it's a paladin.
Okay, but I'm just saying, this guy was talking about not splitting the group. Can we move the tower in realm?
Yeah.
I
Don't.
don't
Yeah,
know.
you haven't tried, so you're not sure. The current, where you know it can go to specific places on certain planes. No one has tried to move it in world to know if that's even a possibility.
Okay, I think that might be a first strong idea. If we could bring the tower with us, then we can bring Strahd comfortably with us, and then popping around place to place is going to be infinitely easier.
And that way, if we find something at the Abbey to help Strahd, we can like do it instantly.
If that's possible, then I think I agree. That's our best move.
All right.
Why don't why don't we each? Oh fuck. Who's got a mechanical stuff?
I'm so hungry right now.
I didn't have breakfast. We're still talking. I know. We've never had to talk this much about a plan.
Frank made this really good French toast. I think there's some left.
Guys, we can all hear you. It's a small room.
There might be some leftovers if you guys want.
Strahd's like, I'm not particularly bad at mechanical things.
All right.
What
How
do you
about
mean by
this?
mechanical things?
I don't know, things that do things. So here.
Oh wow, super descriptive.
Well, I
Was that a cause?
I don't have to use.
Yeah. I mean,
Water
gosh.
vehicles? Do we need to go
Yeah, I
anywhere
could
across
tell.
the water? Okay.
You know what? Akaj, why don't you, Strahd, and Rick go check out the mechanism? See if you can figure out how it works and if we can go in now.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm actually good at things for doing things too. How about that?
Yeah, that's why I asked you to do it.
I'm a thing guy for things. I can do a bunch of things with my things.
Are you
If
done?
you think about it.
Are
Do
you
you
done
have
yet?
something to say?
So what do we do?
Let's go.
So what should the rest of us do?
The rest of us, let's go over
Tough
the
crowd, man.
I guess so.
Let's go over the books that are still here that we haven't read through. Maybe something in here
Can help.
can tell us how to use here.
Fair.
Actually, Theron, would
Yes.
you mind going to talk to Sorrow, since you guys are both Ilmater people?
Yeah.
She was a prophetess of Ilmater.
Oh, wow.
Maybe as a tower of Ilmater, she'll have a little more insight on how this thing works. Maybe you
Yeah.
guys can pool together or pray together or however that works.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do whatever I can to help.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool.
And also, the kitchen is. I'll direct him to
Yes,
the kitchen.
yes.
The kitchen's there.
I've been here at the tower before, so I know the kitchen's there.
Yep.
You mentioned being hungry. So
Yes,
that's
yeah, no.
reminding you. You go
I
get some
appreciate.
snacks.
I do appreciate that.
Thank
I'm
you.
not trying. I was here for a brief period of time.
Yes.
Okay.
A brief period of time.
Yes.
So I reminded you of the kitchen.
Kitchen's the first place I go.
Cool. All right, this is a good team meeting. Break.
All right.
And then
You're
Oz is going to his room.
Okay.
not gonna help us read through books?
Okay. I just fucking
Does everyone have to argue with literally everything I say and do? Can you just... I give you jobs. I'm going to do my job. Is that okay?
What was your job?
My job is to research shit in my room. And then it walks away. Just everything I fucking say. Someone's got to say something.
It's the difficulty being a leader. That was Neville.
He gives him a wink.
Or Clyde and Wildfire are just gonna be like, these guys are so temperamental.
You know,
I know,
there's
tell me about it.
I feel like small room, big egos.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Is that Flynn?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of toxic masculinity,
I think it's from them all always trying to one-up each other.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's always trying to be the leader.
If you just work as a
See,
team...
this is
it's
why
kinda
I
easier.
never want to be the leader. I know my role and I stick to it.
What's your role?
I light things on fire a lot. Sometimes I heal people, and I get to say ho there. Think of me as kind of the welcome committee and also the goodbye committee.
That's great.
Wow,
That's great. I love that.
That was delightful. Cool. So I'm gonna start.
Yeah, let's read.
guess,
Oh,
yeah,
little
I
book club. We got a little book club going on in here.
Cool. I guess so.
Wait, so who's left in the room reading books?
Oh,
Flint, Neville, Clyde, and Wildfire.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a great group.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll say while you guys, so Strahd goes with Ikaj and
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
What a group. To go,
the best group.
to go look at the mechanics of the spire. While they're looking at that, I'll say those of you in the room, the master or Lord of Death, whose power ebbs and flows, grays itself out.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
And he's like, and he's relying on assistance to get down there. He's like, this is.
Rick and Ikash are both bad at physically assisting people.
Yeah, no, that's fine. This is. Oh God. He says, do you know he looks to Rick because Rick's from here. And he knows Rick pretty well at this point.
Yeah,
He says,
we're buddies.
He says, is there a place that you or a place you know of where specifically good for making things, making armor and other things? I think my armor was left back in
that way.
Barovia, and I would love to make.
I got a guy.
Do you? I would love to.
do.
I would love to make my. I think I might be able to make myself something new that would be of use. It
You
might
see,
help.
I've got this white enamel, but this is actually adamantine.
And he's like, that is quite impressive.
Yeah, yep. You know what?
So if I could make, perhaps I'd be able to make something at least until I'm able to get myself back up to fighting shape.
Okay.
I
Well,
could make myself something to supplement my.
yeah, your ability.
Frailty, yes.
Okay, cool. Well, Cavern is a dwarven city. It's far to the northeast, not anywhere near the Doton Abbey, really.
Okay.
They say there are underground passages between them, but
I don't want to go in the Underdark.
no, I understand. Yeah, if you're underground exploring tunnels, it's just a bad day. So,
Plus, I don't really want to split the group.
yeah, I know you were saying that, but I mean, what is this guy gonna do? It might be the only way to get him up to any sort of snuff before things happen. We don't even know how long things are gonna happen.
All right, well, that's a fair and reasonable argument. I'm just saying, I just want it out there. Terrible idea to split the group. All right, I've stood by that my whole life, and every time people split off from me, things don't seem to go well for them. It's I'm lucky. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so this guy, Craig McDuckles, we restarted an adamantine forge in Cavern. He created this armor, which I'll give him a brief primer on what it does, and a bunch of other ones. So if we're able to get you there, I'm sure that between the three of us, we'd be able to really get your head moving in the right direction.
And he says, well, I've learned that. He says, it's strange. I cannot remember any of the magics that they used to use, the offensive, powerful magics that would allow me to mask my form and conjure lightning and things like that. But I still have all of the memory of all of the things that I learned when I was younger of how to work with mechanics and the inner workings of things. So I believe if I could get to this place in which you speak and talk to this Crag McKnuckles that you speak of, perhaps I might be able to craft something to aid myself, at least be able to do something. As of right now, I don't feel like I can do much of anything other than hobble around and, you know,
Yeah.
look sad. Because I feel like I look pretty sad.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sugarcoat it. I know I look like shit.
Yeah, you look mostly dead.
Just a little bit alive.
You're right. That is a positive way to look at things.
I'm trying a new thing where I try to be positive.
Yeah.
Just being negative didn't work.
No.
I mean, it almost worked. I almost won.
It's true. But
But this is a better one.
I agree. I think that you're on your way.
So that's what, I mean, that's the thing that I would like to do.
All right, cool, great. I think we can hook that up, especially if we can get this tower to go from place to place.
Do we make it to the roof to check on? All right. So between the three of us, how does this inspection go?
So there will be some Arcana checks.
Bardic inspiration for Strahd.
All right, it's a D12, right?
It is a D12. Am I rolling it for that? Or you?
You can if you want. It's up to you.
Alright. No, you roll it. That's always how we did it previously.
Do you have guidance? No. No, you don't.
Ikaj does not have guidance.
Right, that would be a waste of a magical
It
secret.
would be kind of a waste, yeah.
That's not excellent.
Okay.
11 in Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, wow. Rick is going to get a 20 for Arcana.
Well, before we add his modifier, we're sitting at a 30 for Strahd. 35!
Okay. Cool. And then,
Good.
I just want to figure out Ikaj's Arcana.
I rolled to see if
Gosh darn.
Misa brings back other.
Oh, a natural 20 for Ikaj. So that is a 26 for Ikaj, a 20 for Rick, and a 30. What'd you say? A 30?
30. What did Akash get?
25.
25.
Rolled a natural 20.
So Rick, Strahd got a 35, and he will look to Ikaj, and he will point him in a general, and he will use an ability to give him a +5 on his, so it's two,
30s.
a 30 and a 35 for determining how this works.
And Rick has a 20.
Pretty good for Rick.
I was gonna say that's solid for Rick.
Rick's smart now.
He's got his
Wicked
smart
smart.
hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Smart hat.
So
Yeah.
between the three of you, it's not what it's designed to do, and the potential of moving this to a location that it's not designed to move to could possibly be catastrophic, not for the tower or the people in it, for where it ends up.
Ah.
So if you
What are we thinking percentage-wise of a problem?
with some more so if it lands in the wrong spot, it's 100% of a problem for wherever it lands.
Yes.
Because you're going to displace this tower and all of its mass and put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Were you to put
Tower.
were you to put this in, say, a town,
Yes.
it would appear where it is and just displace everything and be on top of that.
It
Were you
lands
to
on top
take
of
this
another tower.
underground,
Yes.
then you have the verticality to deal with
Right.
too.
Okay.
So if you brought this into, say, Carrickfern and brought it there, you displace whatever the...
How
20
tall is the tower? Not super tall.
No,
Fairfield
it's-
has got a lot of
Get rid
space
of the-
vertically.
the
Well,
certain floors,
it doesn't
right?
change on
The
the
outside?
outside.
Oh,
It's
okay.
always three stories on the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if we just brought it outside of Carrickfern.
Yeah, you could. Also, thank you, Raiders, for
Hello!
raising ATX. Thank you for
Welcome.
everybody
Ooh.
raiding in here.
Hope I didn't crack it.
No, I think you're
Okay.
right. So it's, I can't remember. I think the spire is, I want to say, like a 20-foot radius. So like a
That's not
40-foot diameter, like either square or sphere, whatever
Okay.
it ends up being. So it's that much space and then 3 stories.
Nice.
So where you bring it, you have to deal with it displacing, whether it be hopefully not townsfolk and people.
Right.
And if you do it right and get it going, it will just appear there.
Right.
There's the risk potentially that if you don't get it right, that it will just go there.
Oh.
Oh!
It's carving a swath of whichever way it goes.
Okay.
So if you're gonna say take it to outside of Carrickfern, let's say, you could you could.
We just guys, I got it. We just take the tower and we move it somewhere else.
Thought.
Thought.
You can figure out how to do that on purpose.
Oh my God, we'll charge anything.
No. I was just gonna say
Battle
we
tower.
use that to clear a path to the sea, fill it with water, make a canal that leads straight from the sea to Velgard Spire. We have ocean access.
You get the feeling
That's a
this is
long
more
way
like
there,
a
bud.
holdo maneuver, where it's only once
This is
ever.
not part of this
As
conversation.
long as it's plot effective for that one time and never repeatable, even though it would solve all of the problems.
That's fair.
We should get spikes
Us
and
is
put it
part
on
of
the
this
outside so it's like a
conversation,
That
tower
was,
of brick.
I did the
We just charge things with it. Battle tower.
Okay.
So
So, what do
it's-
we think? Do we think it's likely between the three of us really bumping our heads together on this?
You get the feeling, yes, it's doable.
Right.
You obviously have the potential risks, whether it be to drop it on top of innocent civilians,
Cool.
to accidentally just decimate
Bulldozing.
something.
Well, once I've been someplace once, I could just go there again. So if these guys could get me there, then I could just teleport.
And he will, and then
What's her face can walk through trees. What's her face
And
can
teleport.
teleport. What's his face can do a circle and teleport. I never really
So
met
can
these guys
Wild?
that well.
Wildfire can teleport.
Can teleport, yeah.
Flint can teleportation circle. Clyde can go through trees. Ikaj can teleport, and the Spire can move.
Guys, we got so many
Got
things.
a lot of freedom of movement.
So so the general consensus is yes, it can move.
Okay.
It has complications.
Right.
But due to you trying to tweak basically the inner arcane mechanics to move it to, like, it's designed to appear and reappear in a space.
Right.
If you try to get it to move in realm, now you're not, like, you were transferring planes, now you're trying to transport space.
Aha.
It's not designed to do that. So Strahd's best guess with your combined knowledge of how these things work, and it's actually not dissimilar to the maze engine.
Okay.
The way that the inner crazy mechanical workings of this tower. So it's something that Akash is not unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
His general thoughts are you could probably, without risk of permanently damaging this temporal planar distortion
Right.
device, you could probably get it to go one time.
Okay.
If you push it beyond that once to two, you might start risking the ability to
Altogether.
do altogether. So you probably, if you do it right, you probably got one shot at moving it someplace. And his other thoughts are if you move it one place, say here in this realm, you don't necessarily know where it's going to be if you're in that place when you transport planes.
Right.
So, like, if you move it wherever you want it to go, and then go to Faerun, you don't know where it's going to be in Faerun.
All right.
Like,
Cool.
it might be...
So we can confidently say that this is a last resort thing to use it like this.
It'll work once, and with enough preparation and time, there's probably like a 75% chance you will get it where it wants to go without causing any problems.
Cool. Great. All right. Well,
Which means there's a 25% chance it won't, and then if you're in that 25% chance, there's the smaller percentage chance that you just bulldoze a path to where you're going.
nice.
So, that's what you're able to gather as you bring the party all back together to discuss.
All right.
Did we find anything in the books?
So, remind me what, like, I know we're just looking in books, but what are we trying to discern?
We were
specifically?
trying to discern what they figured out. If there
Oh,
any-
Yeah,
see.
we were
Yes.
looking to see if there was anything
specifically
written.
about this tower teleporting, like an instruction manual for the tower.
Yeah.
I see. Well, there's what you're able to find is the standard things that you're aware of: the ability to access the extra floors, the way the teleportation circles work on the roof versus the ring versus the vault tables to call stuff to you from the tables, and then again the nature of it transporting planes. And after a little more research, you can kind of piece together that you can tell the planes that it can go to, which would be
Okay.
Faerun,
Yeah.
Barovia, and Evrand. And what they're kind of suggesting is more or less corroborated by the notes, though no one seems to have made notes on how to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
We
that
know
makes
it's
sense.
possible.
It's
but-
possible. There's a 75% chance it'll get where you want it to go with no issue. 25% chance with issues. Well, lesser possible percentage chance of really bad issues, depending on where you send it, I guess.
Fair.
If you're just like, let's just go to the coast and hope it goes bad, that's an option you have.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where you're at. But you know, with your top minds on it, and possibly you could call in somebody else if you needed to. Strahd thinks that it's doable. You know, as long as you've got an idea of a place you really want to go, you can make that work.
Cool.
And I mean, obviously, the thought process is you could go from Evrand to say Faerun and do it there, if you'd rather have the one shot you do be there rather than here.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I mean, we could just teleport. Like, do we need
Yeah,
to bring
this-
the whole town?
No, I think this is easier. So this is my thought at this point.
Leave a team to watch Strahd.
What's that?
I said, let's leave a team to watch Strahd, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
have some of us go see if we can find anything in
Are we all
the
back
Abbey.
together again?
No, we'll say you're all back together
Yeah.
again.
All right. So I think with Strahd's mechanical abilities, it makes sense to bring him to Cavern so that he can build himself some kick-ass armor again.
Strahd, are you well enough to travel and make yourself armor? Like, do you need a couple days?
Well, I mean,
I've
can
never
we-
done this before, so I mean.
We can get him right there.
Yeah.
If you could just,
Can you? Does wildfire teleport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could literally bring us to Crack McNuckles directly.
Yeah, you could actually put him probably right in the shop.
Oh, that's true.
So
You're very familiar.
Because
with
she's
that.
very familiar.
Yeah. I mean, you spend literal days hanging out, doing not too much.
That's true.
Ooh, how will we get to the Abbey then?
weren't you at the Abbey too?
Yeah, but I can only do teleport once.
Okay. Well,
You can go there and
Wait.
spend a day.
yeah. Wait for the day.
That's true.
Secondarily,
If you don't mind.
I mean, Clyde, you're from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
she was
I'm
from
from
there.
there, which is here now. But yeah,
Have
like-
you ever been to the Doan Abbey?
I don't think Clyde probably would.
right. She probably just stayed in the elf area because she doesn't really like
Know
Yeah.
anything else?
know
about
anything
the
else. Like she knows her
world?
elf world, and she thought that was it.
So
So
teleport
no.
uses some people, right? You can only bring some people.
8.
Okay. Why don't we bring all the people who can teleport, right, in the group, and then they can hit all the destinations together over a couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody will know all the spaces, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Downton Abbey has a teleportation circle.
I don't think you guys cared because you didn't.
Never asked.
I don't-
Did Rick make an intelligence check to see if he remembers?
Well, because Wildfire had teleportation circle way back when.
No, definitely not.
No.
Not back then. You guys were like
Not when
level
we were
5.
there. Okay. I didn't know. If, yeah. Well, that's why I didn't know if that would be
He
something that
wasn't
she would have
paying
gone back and gotten.
Okay.
No, I had to there.
So it seems like a place that might, regardless. And Tall Boy, Wildfire, Clyde, they can all, and Flint, if they have the teleportation circle, can all teleport. So
Does Carrick Farron have a teleportation circle?
Yeah, we've used it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
used it.
Yeah, we've used it.
so I mean, if everybody learns these things, then
Then we have that free, greater
a lot
mobility.
more movement, which has the Veil Guard is important. I
I
think.
agree.
Would I be correct in remembering? Not a lot of trees by the Downton Abbey.
No, not many. 'Cause
Okay.
It's in the middle of the mountains.
So Oz is gonna be like, Rick, I like that idea. So this is what I'm suggesting. I want to stay here because I have some plans on, on expanding the Veil Guard. I want to work with Sorrow and Brother Drander and Grant and Alley about trying to get us a little more settled here. I think Wildfire,
Yeah.
since you've been everywhere,
Yeah.
why don't you take everyone to Carrick Farron?
Sounds good.
Rick, you, Flint, and Strahd can hang out here We can hang out there, because Strahd, you're going to need more than a day to make armor. So you guys can hang out there, and then Flint can teleportation circle you guys back here. The rest of you guys can move on to the Downton Abbey and try and get the information we need. You guys will have Wildfire and Ikaj, so you guys can get back here whenever you want.
Okay, cool. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go with Strahd too, says Neville.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That sounds
Neville.
good.
Just in case.
That makes sense, Neville.
All right. So wait. So we're all going to Carrick Fair to
You are
drop
all
them
going to
off.
Carrick Fair.
Then me, Ikaj, and someone are going to the Downton Abbey.
Flint and Theron.
I thought Flint was staying with Strahd to get
Oh, no,
him
you're
back.
right, you're right. You, Ikaj. Yeah, I know, that's what I said.
And Theron.
And
You,
Theron.
Ikaj, and Theron.
We're going to the Downton Abbey.
Yep.
I feel like this is not the A team to go to the Downton Abbey, but
First
alright!
off, Ikaj is the 18 for everything. Alright.
Does Ikaj say that?
Yes, if you say
Speaks in
if
third
you say
person
that,
and everything?
if you said that I don't think this is the 18 for going to the Downton Abbey, Ikaj is gonna say, first off, I'm pretty much the 18 for whatever.
Please come with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
None
Alright!
of this shit here is gonna get done if I go with you.
No, you're right, you're right, you're right! I don't like it, but you're right.
I know I am.
Alright, so we moving out now, or are we gonna wait? I don't know what time it is.
Where's Clyde in all this?
Clyde is
I haven't been
going...
keeping track, so I'm just gonna let you guys tell me.
I know where all my
Staying?
guys are going.
Oh,
the
no! You're...
He's
Clyde,
I know where Strahd's going. That's my guy.
Clyde wasn't...
Clyde can do whatever,
And
and kind of
Rick
go wherever.
and Neville are both going with him.
So, Clyde can kind of go wherever.
Alright, man.
She can stay here with Oz and, like, stuff for now. In case she needs to go somewhere. I don't know. I don't think she
Actually-
should go.
I gotta... Ooh. I gotta... Ooh.
Well, because you said you wanted to do farming, so I figured she
I
could help
do.
with the...
No, yeah, that'd be good.
Oh,
Why don't
I can do farming stuff.
Which one of you are you?
Theron.
Oh.
That was. I could tell that was there.
I could tell it was there, and he
Okay,
had a
fine.
smile on his
Yeah.
face. Like, the pleasant smile.
You get it. It's just gonna take some time.
There's subtleties.
I mean, yeah, if you guys want to stay and help me do some stuff here, that's very... I appreciate
It's
it.
just Wildfire and Gosh going to the Downton Abbey. There's no way this
Oh, no,
went
that's a
poorly.
terrible idea. That's a
There's no
terrible
way
idea.
this went
yes,
poorly.
That's a terrible
But
idea.
Oz doesn't understand the conflict.
Oh,
Yes, he
wow.
does. You both have explained it to him.
Yeah, but apparently Oz doesn't care all that much.
Well, not enough to, like, go
I need
on
you to
a
roll
mission.
for me, Celine, a D48.
Oh, you could insist lightly that Theron go with them, and he will.
Yeah, he's...
A trinket for Wildfire for her troubles.
Oz is trying to rethink something right now. Oz is trying to reconfigure this so he can split up Wildfire and Ikaj, buddy.
But they're the
No,
best two
I like
Oh,
being together. I think it's fun.
no, honestly, it's a better idea for the team, I think, if Ikaj and Flint switch.
Ikaj stays in Carrick Fair?
Yeah.
Why?
So he can teleport them back.
36.
They need someone to
What's
teleport them back.
36.
What? Flint can do it. With
Yeah.
teleportation circle.
Yes, and
Do you
that's
have the
but
hat that
then I get to
keeps you
play
magically
the
driving
Downton Abbey
rain?
part.
I feel like yes.
Okay.
And also, he's more
Oh, yeah.
booky, and like
It sounds
Oz is just trying to
familiar. I've gotten a lot
separate
of hats.
Wildfire and Ikaj because they hate each other. That's
Oh, Ikaj
Oz's
doesn't
idea.
hate.
I mean, Wildfire
Sorry,
doesn't
they
hate
don't
him.
get along and should have some space.
They got off on the wrong foot.
Sure. So what he's gonna say instead, he's like, you know what? I changed my mind. In case the Downton Abbey has a teleportation circle, I want to send Flint there. Because we can already get the teleportation circle from Carrick Fairn. This will expand our horizons, and you don't have to waste time memorizing a teleportation circle from somewhere else.
Okay.
And
to be
also,
fair, though,
I know you don't like splitting the team. There's not a safer place in most of Evrand than Craig McNuckles' shop if you have Rick next to you.
Okay,
That's very
that's
true.
reasonable, and I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But from a certain perspective,
Mhm.
okay, if we're talking about figuring out important things
Mhm.
in a library full of information,
Yeah.
okay, I'm really good at that.
You know what? I leave that up to you guys. If you guys need help, then shoot Ikaj one
We'll
of
do a
those
quick
brain-
teleport,
do a
swap
quick,
a route.
yeah, do a quick message, and then you can come help them out. Best of both worlds. If they need help, they'll call for you.
Peru.
Yeah, so like Flint could teleport back to Carrick Fair and you could teleport to the Doton Abbey,
Flint.
and then you could take those
Yes.
respective parties where they need to
Any
be.
good at researching? Do you have a?
Yeah, I read.
Okay. Are you good at it though?
Yeah, no, I read a lot.
Okay. Then this is what I propose instead. Because Oz, I like the bones of your plan. Okay. Apparently, instead of not splitting the group, instead we're doing the exact opposite.
Yeah, it turns out we
You'll
have to
get
be in
used
multiple
to that.
places at the same time.
You'll get used to it.
Have to is a strong word based on the fact that we have zero idea of any timeline on
Exactly.
anything here. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like to end up at the Abbey because I am ideal for that specific job. And otherwise I'm just going to be sitting, waiting with a bunch of dwarves underground, which I don't want to do. I don't want to sit underground.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So, there's that. Secondarily, we bring Flint to Carrick Fair. He learns the teleportation circle there.
Yeah, he was gonna do that anyway.
Okay? I understand that.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we bring Flint to the Doton Abbey.
Mhm.
If there's a teleportation circle there, he learns it, and then he just goes to Carrick Fair. He hangs out with those guys, okay? He's a dwarf. He might be good for that
He's got a point
dwarven
there.
armor and stuff.
I don't know why everyone
He's a
like
bad
hits
dwarf.
dwarf first.
He's a
Okay,
bad-
I'm a fine dwarf.
He's
You're kind of a
bad
jerk.
dwarf.
Okay, look,
That's such a mean thing to say.
Look,
no,
I've known you
no,
for
no,
2 days,
No.
man.
I'm a fine person, okay? Maybe I'm not a dwarf like you, and that's not good enough for you guys. But
Yeah. I don't care who you are.
I am starting to feel the same.
Okay.
All right, you know what?
Whoa,
Legit,
whoa, whoa,
I think we
whoa,
need to
whoa,
take
whoa,
a break
whoa.
for the day.
All right.
Everybody, there's a lot of negative energy.
I don't care what you choose
swirling
to do.
around.
Okay?
We already
Some
had
of the
enough of that
smartest
one.
dwarves I know have absolutely nothing to do with armor. Okay, first off, you have a very distinct personality. I have no problem with you. Okay?
I wish that didn't need to be stated, but that is okay.
Yeah. I have a very distinct personality, which people would consider classically dwarf. Do I care? Yes.
Oh.
Around here.
Not
In
sure.
this realm. Okay? I don't care what other people's opinions of me is. You're fine. Do you?
I appreciate you saying that to me now, Rick.
Yeah. Okay, I don't care. Look at Oz. He is completely unique. Great little guy. Okay? He's smart. He comes up with good plans. And apparently he's taken on a good job doing a leadership role. Although he does need to take a little bit more input. You do need to take a little bit more input from everybody else, okay? The reason we got this whole group going is that we can all input together. I love the way you take charge and get things rolling. Great. Okay? I feel like a lot of people are putting a lot of words in my mouth. Okay? So we'll go to Carrick Fair. We'll figure this out. We'll keep in touch via message, which Flint knows. Sending. Whatever. You know what I mean. I don't know any magic.
Okay.
Okay. We'll keep in touch via sending, and then we will continue to be a group. Honestly, if we're smart about this, we are literally 6 seconds away from all being together again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, man.
So,
Hey, that didn't-
what time? What time
I
of
re-
day is it?
But at lunchtime?
Okay,
Let's
are we
say-
going now?
Let's have lunch first.
All right.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So we have lunch. Does Rick make lunch?
Yeah. Go
What
make
does he
lunch.
make?
So there's a bunch of people. So Rick is going to, he's going to make a big stir fry.
Nope.
No pork in this, though. It's chicken. Good.
Good to know. At one point, Oz is gonna look over to
22.
Wildfire and be like, "Wildfire, can you say your name for me again?"
Wildfire.
Yeah, no! No, there's a the PH! There's a silent
The silent
PH!
PH, yeah!
Oz!
Oh my goodness!
Right? Weird.
Low bones.
No bones for silent PH.
Silent pH.
It's a stir fry. It's got rice. It's got green peppers. It's got chicken. It's got a good combination of sauces. It should fill everybody up.
Damn it, thanks. This looks
Thank you, Rick.
Cool, man. Yeah, thank you so much.
Theron. Theron? Rick made us food. Say thank you.
That was Theron.
What?
That was his thank you.
Yeah, this is Flint made like, dude, just fucking say thank you. Come on.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There, in the mouth.
Don't let her hide your light under a bushel basket. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what either of you are talking about really.
Live your best life, Theron.
Thank you, Wildfire. I appreciate that. Oh, you're eating this on purpose?
Maybe.
Oh.
Fine. Theron will sit next to Wildfire.
Oz will sit next to Theron.
He's just sandwiched between the two of us.
Because he doesn't actually eat lunch.
He just didn't feel like doing it.
That's reasonable. All right. So post lunch, we go.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
start out with the plan in 2 weeks' time. Because
Yes.
next week is
Yes.
Evil Game.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with Evil Game. So, thank you, Internet, for coming out for tonight's episode. It is weird. The party is in a weird spot where they don't have a super great direction at the moment. But, well, at least they have a semblance of a plan.
Yeah, that's more than we usually have.
So, yeah. So we shall see what happens. We will see you next week for Evil Game. Good night.
Bye, Internet.
We love you.